Hello, everyone. Welcome. We got more drop frames. What? Is that? I think that's on me. Hold on. Yeah,
My bad.
No, that's on me. That's on me.
Hey, magic.
That's on me. Yeah, magic.
The magic of live television. Did you see
Magic. Yeah, that's crazy. You were in the green zone.
that? I was. Now here I am.
Well, I didn't remember, but Zeke, do you remember?
The time when we fell in love?
Last
I do.
September. Yeah, last September.
Actually, was singing that Michael Jackson song not too long ago.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to blow.
Remember the time when we fell in love?
Oh, no, you were completely, it's the 21st night of September, Zeke.
Oh, right. Do you remember the 21st night of September?
There
Yeah,
you go.
now I get it.
There you go.
Took
Yeah.
me a second. Yep,
No,
sorry,
you said
sorry.
you said MJ, and I was like, I don't think he sang that song, but you know,
Yeah, no.
who could say?
Nope,
Peter
totally different
Gabriel?
song, and I didn't get the fact that it was September 21st today, so
That's
I
right.
am just hey, move on. Let's segue.
Well, Codes doesn't even know that song, so you've got one up on him.
That's Peter Gabriel, right?
That's correct.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
that's
Great.
correct. Yep.
No, for reals though, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's
Pretty
Earth, Wind,
sure.
and Fire.
Yeah.
I think it's the Police, but okay.
Well, could be. You know, it could be. It really depends on where you're looking at. What you're thinking about. What are you thinking about, Co? What have you been thinking about? We haven't seen
Nothing.
you in 2 weeks. Your just
Empty
head's
up
empty.
here. Empty. Gone. Nothing.
Gone?
Too many games. Too many games. Too many things we're working on. Stuff. I just got back from camping.
How was
Busy.
wait? Last week camping or like yesterday camping?
No, like this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
how was
Yeah, I was
camping?
camping all weekend. It was great. It was my my youngest son's birthday.
Camping or
recently.
glamping?
Glamping.
Okay,
RV camping.
got it.
So yeah. So but it was good. We had a good time, and it was my youngest's 4th birthday.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either, not one bit. And he wanted to go camping for the weekend, so we went here and we had a good old time. It was great.
What do you get a 4-year-old for their birthday?
He's getting his first computer
At 4?
at 4. I got to train him young, man.
Jeez.
Computer at 4, aim labs at 5.
Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Now, do you get them the 5090 at 4?
No, that's ridiculous. 50-70.
Okay.
Fine for him.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When does he graduate to
He
the
won't be
5080?
able to use all of it.
I mean,
You know,
he's gonna be
doesn't know how to optimize
Terraria,
yet.
Terraria and Minecraft for like years. So he's got
Okay.
a good amount of time. Good amount of time. Maybe for feeling adventurous, some Paw Patrol in there. Maybe a Lego game
Okay.
if it's a Friday night.
All right. Totally different question, but still in the realm of video cards. Do you think NVIDIA makes a 6090?
Oh wow!
I didn't even think about it.
Absolutely.
I think
They have
they'd
to.
have to, wouldn't they? I mean,
It'd
it's
be their
like, I
top
think-
selling video
I
card of all
think
time.
I think they'd have to.
Yeah.
Do they make a 6900?
They have they had one? I'm going to Google NVIDIA 6900. There was a Radeon RX 6900.
Yeah, but that was before it was cool, so it doesn't count.
That's true.
Yeah, it's gotta be after a certain date and time.
Is that
69
like,
only became
69
only
has always
became-
been cool.
Yeah, it's always been cool, but it's only been nice recently.
Oh,
That's-
okay. I see what you're saying.
Always been cool though, no doubt.
Okay. All right. I guess, NVIDIA, figure it out. Let us know.
Yeah.
Jensen, if you want to come on the show and announce it, you're welcome to,
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Yeah.
But how often do they release? Excuse me. How often do they release a new card, like a new number, like 3, 4, 5?
18 months to 2 years, I think.
It's usually
years.
whenever they have a good reason to market a generational leap of some
Yeah.
kind, or some kind of new technology.
Yeah.
All the time, basically. They figure it out.
Okay.
I don't think, business-wise, I don't think the 50 series has been selling as well recently. So I don't know if they're like keen to move into a new lineup. But maybe
NVIDIA's
they
had
are.
a turbulent couple years, That's for sure. With the AI stuff and all their stock and everything, it's been it's been wild for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All over the place.
They've done well though. They're worth like $1 trillion at this point. They just invested $5 billion in Intel this past week, and that was kind of industry shaking news. And yeah,
a lot of people think Nvidia just does graphic cards. It's like their pet project.
Yeah,
they're making billions doing completely non-graphic card related things.
Yeah, yeah. The whole Nvidia investing in Intel thing is a little scary, but it's only $5 billion. You know, it could have been 50. They could have bought them.
Yeah.
See, when you're talking about that much money, you're not even talking about actual money. You're just talking about concepts.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
ideas.
just a concept.
It's just like, it's just the idea of 5 billion or 50 billion. You know, like
it's insane when you start thinking about. Yeah, I think I actually didn't I see? Isn't Nvidia worth 4.3 trillion? Yeah, their current market cap is around 4.3 trillion.
Okay. That's a few bucks.
So they're, it has been turbulent the past couple of years, but they're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
They're doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, aren't they they're in the top 10 companies, aren't they?
Yeah, aren't they number? I want to say they're number 1, unless that's.
Oh, really?
Is that Google or Apple? Top 10 companies. Let's get our companies right so that we can, when the company wars happen. Yeah, Nvidia's number 1.
When the
Really? Wow.
Corpo Wars of 2032 occurred.
Yeah.
And Arasaka rises to prominence.
Nvidia 1, Microsoft 2, Apple 3, Alphabet, aka Google, is 4, and Amazon 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know Nvidia was that. Like I knew they were big, but I didn't know they were like the biggest.
It's the AI stuff that skyrocketed them to crazy numbers over the past couple of years. But yeah. It's all a bubble, right? It's gonna pop soon when we run out of electricity on the planet. It's just we don't make enough anymore, and they can't put any server farms down. That's all it is.
Yep.
That's all it is.
That's the way it's
This
gonna be.
doom and gloom brought to you by the opening of Drop Frames on. Do you remember September the 21st? Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby.
Yes.
Sep 21st. What?
September 21st.
Oh, okay. I just want to bring it back to something you said. Like it's been 2 weeks since we've seen Co. We saw him 3 days ago for Convergence.
There was a lot of voices.
That was
There was a lot of voices. I don't know if
that was an experience. That was an experience.
And the funny thing is, on my stream, you couldn't hear anybody's voice but mine because I didn't route the audio correctly.
Oh,
dude, I love how
going. God, what are we? And you wait, but you're gonna like that was my entire stream. It was fucking dead silence.
I love how we all had different perspectives because yours was broken because of your side. JP was just laughing his ass off the whole time because he realized how ridiculous the situation was. On my end, with my dual setup, right when I tested the audio beforehand and talked to the guy, he was like, if the audio comes through at all, just make sure to mute it on your side. And I was like, okay, I don't really know what that means, but all right. And he was like, yeah, just make sure it mutes if you hear me, it'll be fine. And I was like, okay, like mute what, the call? Because you're in the call. Is this during but he just left at that point. So so then when everyone starts talking,
like,
dude,
excuse me, we weren't done yet.
And for those who don't know, we did this talk show and there was this massive audio issue during it where the tech people, the people coming in, the people on the show were all in the same call, and the tech people didn't realize it for about 5 minutes. So like it was insane. And the best part was so Zeke couldn't hear anyone. JP was laughing his ass off.
No. Hold on. Let me rephrase that.
Real quick.
I could hear everything.
Oh,
but my audience couldn't.
Oh, I misunderstood.
I was hearing all the voices.
Oh, I
in my
misunderstood you.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm trying to talk
hilarious.
like while 6 voices are going on. But that's why it was like that on my stream because it was like we can't hear them. It's like,
oh my god,
don't worry.
So
you're better off.
anyone who is watching me, we get to me, I'm during this segment in full on panic mode, thinking that I'm the reason that it's happening. So I'm going here, lowering bars, raising things. I'm like, they told me to mute it, but if I mute this, it mutes them, but they're still talking. Can I go in the call? Is there like voicing in the call? Do I mute them there? I'm in the Discord. Who am I supposed to mute? Hey, guy, I didn't even get your name. You left stuff, like, who do I mute? So, like, and meanwhile, the entire time I'm looking at the camera, like, so, so on top of that, the best part was
frantically in Discord going like, guys, help.
Yeah, hello, anyone? And the best part was the dude that helped me was the guy in the call that didn't know he was on all of our streams talking. It was amazing. Like, it was one of those situations where it's like, I don't think it could have gone more wrong if you had planned for it to go more wrong. Like, you couldn't, it was just like everything that could have gone wrong pretty much went wrong. And then I couldn't connect to Zeke's game.
Yeah, I still
my audio was delayed.
Join the game.
Everyone is convinced because it defaults to 2 players whenever you start a game, and you have to manually switch it to 3.
Okay.
So they were like, if they
asking
didn't
that.
do that,
Okay.
they said if they didn't do that, then it wouldn't. Then you don't see them. You can't join their game. So everyone was fully convinced it was just we didn't set it up right.
Okay.
Or it was not set up properly for Zeke.
Well, me and Zeke, we played really well in the backroom games. We were incredible in that backroom game.
I was gonna say, like, did you see they like? I don't mind bringing this whole like audio snafu up because I mean, first of all, live shit, it happens. It happens. You know, whatever.
Live show.
We got through it, but they got us a little bit back on their Twitter when they said we invited the worst gamers ever to check out. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Check your mentions. Check your Twitter mentions.
Wow.
They were like, we invited the worst gamers ever, meaning you and me, JP, to play the backrooms. I am not kidding you,
bro.
That is the area. Okay.
I think we got fucked, Zeke. I think that area of the game was a terrible place to start us because it's 100% like binary.
Man. You see what time it is?
It was bad.
It's excuse time.
It was bad. We
look at that.
sucked. We didn't get past the second room.
No. Well, because we couldn't concentrate on the game, we're like, we got to try and get Co in here. Now we have five voices in our head. Like, it wasn't
about
easy to
halfway through,
concentrate on the
Six
game.
and Rav joined the call, and they're like, hey guys,
Yep.
I can't.
And they couldn't hear us. That was the best part. We could hear the 2 guys staging to come on and the tech helping him, but they could not hear us. So at one point, they're literally talking, and the hosts Dodger starts going, "Hey, we can hear you. Do you know that? do you know we can hear you?" And then they just keep talking.
Yeah.
And we were just like,
Oh,
and we all just kind of looked at each other.
Discord.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just saw it. Jesus. Yeah, here's us playing Escape the Backrooms.
There's me frantically typing, I can't get in. What do I do?
Yeah, it was. Well,
Look at him. Co's mannequin face, like.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I was trying so hard to do it right, and I just there was no way to make it right.
Oh, did they?
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. That's why I didn't see the tweet.
Why?
They misspelled my name.
Your name. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
They didn't put a P on it. And then
Put it in there. You got to put it in the. Let's show everybody. Come on.
Well, and then right here it just says itmeJ. And then in the Steam announcement that the Convergence Game Showcase had, they put it's me JP. So I didn't even get tagged correctly.
Let me just read this. We're hosting a live game showcase, so obviously we've picked the world's worst gamers to show them off. A hands-on look at Escape the Backrooms with Co Carnage, Ezekiel the Third.
Hey, they pinged me. I didn't even play. Wait a second.
I know. But you're in there, buddy.
Oh man,
That's great, dude.
What a thing.
They got your tag right, and they fucked up JP's.
man, I don't even know how to. I'm
What?
Just, yes,
That's
A
awesome.
thing.
yes. Co is catching strays. That's right. That's how you say that.
No,
Yes.
but I'll say this. I'll say this. Unlike Koch Media, I would 100% be down to do the showcase again next year. If you want me, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's fucking
Okay,
go.
okay. outside of the huge glaring technical issue, it was fun. It was tons of games.
Yeah.
It was lots of like just trailer. There was some really good stuff there. Absolutely. No, I mean, and most importantly, all the section with us goofballs was actually playing the game. So we got to like watch the game.
Yeah.
No, that was solid. Yeah, I think we've said many times over the years how much we like shows just like that.
Yep. Yeah. The from a production standpoint, they use the same program vMix that we do for drop frames. And so from a production standpoint, the fact that
garbage.
Well, no, the fact that they were able to do what they did was kind of impressive because like Zeke was playing via Parsec, which is a cloud solution so that he can play a game on a PC that was in London and it's being streamed to him. So no one was in person. Like Dodger and Jesse, they were home. Ravs and Sips, they were home. All three of us were home. The fact that we were playing a game on their local desktops and then they were capturing that and we were all being streamed. Like it was kind of impressive tech behind the scenes. It just also kind of failed.
It was so impressive. It felt like a house of cards. Yeah. But it was a great idea.
Yeah. It failed in the beginning. But
it was an excellent attempt.
About like an hour in, it was good. Everything worked.
Little shout out to you guys. That was some incredibly impressive 2-player
stuck
play.
Stuck together?
Stuck together.
What was that game
called?
Stuck
together. That went better than I expected.
I
worked together pretty well.
I call it co-op. But I think that I think it looked really good. It looked fun. And once you guys got it down, like you guys were flying. You guys were like a wheel, just kind of like doing your way through the level.
Yeah. That game was actually a lot of fun. I ended up playing to talk a little bit about that Convergence. I played. Do I still have it installed? No, I think it was called Let's Make a Dungeon. Let's make.
Oh, the one.
The one that
Sips and Rav played.
Let's build a dungeon. What? Let's build a dungeon.
Let's build a dungeon.
Yeah, there's a demo out for it right now. I ended up playing it on Saturday. So I was just looking for stuff. Or wait, no, on Friday. Because I was just looking for stuff to play. That game's kind of fucking crazy. Like they showed it in the in the actual showcase, but it was pretty brief. Like
Rav was just trying to kind of figure out what to do.
Yeah, it honestly, it's not a game that's fit for something like that because this is what you start off with, right? You start off with like a complete flat area. And then you build this, you can put down all of that stuff. You're basically building a game, like straight up building a game. So you place all this stuff down and then you place an NPC and then it's like for this quest, this NPC needs X, Y, and Z. So then you go and find that stuff and you place that down. And then they have it with Twitch integration. So if you're in the chat, you can just exclamation point join or hero or I forget, not right now, but don't do it right now. It destroys your chat. But everyone in my chat was able to join and their little NPC would join the game and run around and try to complete the quest. And then it makes like a faux review where they either say like, oh, this game's great or oh, this game's bad, whatever. And then the game gets crazy because you start building all this stuff and the game's like, all right, let's zoom out. Here's Richard Garriott. I think his name is Lord Garriott. It's like a joke on Lord Garriott, and he's your investor. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna invest in this. You guys have a pretty good demo. The servers are crashed, but I'll pay for your server fees. You can start building the game. You're gonna need to like do everything. So here is you renting an office. Here's you joining the tenant, the agreement. Here's more of the game being built. Oh, you got to upgrade those servers. Oh, now you got to go hire a dev team. You got to go recruit artists for it and check out their resumes to see what they've built. Oh, I think that might work. Let's go ahead and hire them. Let's see if he accepts it. Yay, he accepted it. Oh God, the servers, we're opening them to the public today. Let's see how that goes. There's our active players. Like it's just crazy amounts of stuff. And eventually they were saying at 1.0 in the actual Steam thing, at 1.0, they're going to have it to where, yes, they're going to have all this stuff where you can like build the game and run the game and hire artists and all that stuff. But you're also going to be able to just build actual games in the game. Like it's going to serve as like an RPG maker thing to where you can just make your own game. You can go in there and like edit the HP value if they're bitching about the HP value. There's like the Steam charts. There's Lord Richard, the investor. You have like faux conversations. There are the reviews.
Game misinformer.
Giant Bull, IGN, or IGN.
Most hypothetical.
Yeah, they made like videos about everything. I was blown away.
That place is called Shimizu.
Yeah. I was blown away.
That's good.
I was blown away by how deep
So it's
that
not
was.
in 1.0 yet, right?
No.
Okay.
It is. It has a demo out, which has, I think, probably about 2-ish hours of content. But yeah, not 1.0 at all. There's IRQ chat in it as well.
Oh
you,
my!
You have with your investors. It's
So that's why the subtitle of the game is. The subtitle of the game is actually what the game is, the dev simulator.
Yes, it is truly. It is a dev simulator.
Wow.
Very cool.
It was cool. It was a cool thing for sure. But yeah, there was a lot of trailers shown.
One last thing about the or one more thing about the Convergence. This is the second time, and I love it every time it happens. But it was before the Convergence. It was the day before, and they tweeted out, "We are 1 day away from Dex bonus, Jesse Cox, Co-Carnage, and more." Taking you on a guided tour.
Hey, I'll take.
I got and more and others again. Let's go.
I'll take an and more instead of a mistype, an itmeJ or an itmeJP.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll take that any day. But I hope they do it again. I want to say that the Convergence show is either Yogscast folk or former Yogscast folk that are running that. So yeah, they're still getting off the ground in a lot of ways. That was their second year they've done that.
I was gonna say, it's only their second year doing it, so
yeah. So
gonna be some growing pains,
without a doubt.
But all told, it was a lot of fun. It was chaotic, but it was live. So like, I was like, I gotta be honest with you guys. Like, I was really nervous before the showcase.
Oh, because you didn't know what it was gonna be.
Oh no, I didn't know like our parts, not the showcase itself, but our parts in it. And because I was like, we're gonna play a game on a program Parsec that I've never previously had never heard of, and I never like used before. And I mean, they were really cool about like, meeting up early, walking me through it and stuff like that. It ended up working, which I was amazed that it actually even worked. That with my limited ability. And also, little did I know that the reason I was the one that like had to do all the tech shit is because I volunteered unknowingly.
Yeah, you did.
They're like, "Hey, you want to meet? Yeah, you want to meet for this and do the tech shit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Wait, not everyone has to do this. They can all just join at me through their Steam, like nice and easy." They're like, "Yeah, you got it because you volunteered." And I went, "I did? What the?" You got the stupidest
they asked
guy
me, and
on
I
Drop
said,
Frames
"Oh,
to
ask
do this?"
Zeke. Yeah, Zeke will do it."
Yeah,
this was a genius plan.
Yeah, they were gonna have us all.
You obviously haven't watched the show.
They're gonna have us all join through Parsec. I actually met with them before they met with you. And they're like, "Yeah, so we changed it, and we're gonna have only Zeke do Parsec." And I go, "Okay."
You piece of shit! You rotten bastard! God damn you!
I definitely did the same thing.
But
here's the thing, though. What's funny?
JP goes
So
in
Parsec,
the chat, in our little chat with them. He goes, "Yeah, I'm familiar with Parsec," and they still went with me.
Well, I don't. What's funny is I told them I have Parsec. I use Parsec all the time because like it's how you check out review builds that they can't distribute.
Yep.
So like, I told him that. When I told them that, they said that they were fine. I guess they'd already talked to you, so
Okay,
it was fine.
Okay,
It was fine.
I see how it is.
It was good. Right. It was good. Hey, it was a learning process. It wasn't bad at all. You just had a little bit of meeting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still great.
Little exposure therapy is never going to hurt you. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. Yeah. Anyways, a little bit of news, not too much news this past week. There's some stuff about Valve, and it's one of those things where it's kind of a longer explanation. And Co, I think you have somewhat of a breakdown for it. This is regarding. Well, there's a couple things with Valve. Where do you want to start? Let's go with that. While you do that, I'm going to handle the dog. He needs to go out or something.
Sure. So as we've kind of been like looking at over the months, there's been a timeline of activity from Valve, and it's been happening with a pretty big, steady pressure from the outside, and that is with their adult content stuff. So the timeline that we got, we were looking at, for instance, July 16th, this was not long ago at all, just a few months ago. That was when Valve started tightening its guidelines around adult only. So with the payment processing and all that. Then on July 29th, the IGDA, the International Game Developer Association, was seriously alarmed by the delisting and everything, saying it was a slippery slope. And then on September 15th, so last week, Valve is now no longer permitting games with mature themes in early access. So, and that is a move that is... What's up?
But early access only? Like
only early access.
It's
as
fine.
Long as it's apparently a full product. I know. That's kind of one of the reasons I think we were given this and been like, what do you guys think about this? What do we think about this? Like I feel like that's kind of I feel like, are we watching them slip down the slope? Like, is that what this is? Like, is the next step no full release mature themed things? I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe.
Because that's a huge part of Steam. Like millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of people's livelihoods.
And is it all due to pressure from the credit card companies?
So a lot of it has been, it's kind of like an amalgamation of different organizations that all have different ways to get advantageous stuff from this. So here's one. In a new statement, the IGDA, that's the International Game Developers, it's calling for greater transparency and fairness in how adult games are moderated and actioned across major platforms. So they pointed out what's not uncommon for platforms to have like terms of service restricting it and stuff. Game content such as non-consensual acts and things like incest, which violate payment processor guidelines. That's a very key term, payment processor guidelines. Its concern is, quote, not the existence of these rules, but rather that their enforcement is adversely impacting games that do not actually violate these restrictions, often without warning or explanation. So the IGDA is basically saying, like, it's shining a spotlight on this and saying, like, this term, especially this like payment processor guidelines, using that to do what they're doing could open the door to it's a very umbrella term. So it could lead to countless issues if this is like the actual reason that this goes forward.
Yeah.
It'd be real bad.
Like non-consensually, sniping someone's head.
No.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
yes.
Like you can snipe someone's head without them knowing it from across, blah, blah, blah. But, like that's...
Well, I think the biggest thing here, though, is that they're saying that the product can't be sold on an independent platform because their payment processing guidelines. So the processing guidelines in literally the mechanism that just moves the money around says that they don't want to be a part of what's in those games. Right. So that isn't getting them taken off the store, not just having their payment processes changed or not being able to use those payment processes on those products. They're being taken off the store completely. Yeah. So
yeah, it's pretty scary, right? Because it reminds me of in the I guess it was the late 90s, back in like the Mortal Kombat era of God, what was that? There was a politician who led all of that, and it was always just talk, and it was always just we need to ban these games. Blah, 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 blah. No, not Tipper Gore. I forgot his name. No, not Joe Lieber. No one's saying his name. Jack Thompson. There we go. Jack Thompson was the person. Yeah. And he led kind of that whole thing, but it never, a politician saying that stuff is whatever. Politicians are going to say shit. A company, a payment processor, I think that carries so much more weight because they can actually be
They're
like,
kind of the people that hold the purse strings, right?
exactly. They can actually do
They
shit.
control the money.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that is pretty scary for sure. Yeah.
It's weird to think that they have any it feels like that should be a system that doesn't have that type of power. Like the person moving the money around should not be dictating what is happening on either side of the transaction.
Yeah.
Their service is just moving the money. So it's very strange because what this means is like, okay, if you have an organization that is just moving the money around that now has influence, you now need to look at that company and go, where is that influence coming from? How porous is this organization? Who is getting into the organization to then exert their influence through them on the system? They may have no connection to the organization at all. They just see that as the easiest way to influence the system.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that this we're here, like now, September 15th, just last week, had the worst state of this so far. It doesn't look like it's going to stop.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. I would say, without question, it's definitely going to get worse before it gets better.
It's going to be interesting though, because
I just imagined
if there's one thing that's going to anger the population, it's taking their boot.
It's true. You say that, but they did it in Texas. You can't visit a certain website.
To be fair, the only people that still go to Texas live there still.
They've done it in some other states too.
We don't know. Nobody who lives outside of Texas goes to Texas anymore since the porn ban. We just don't talk about it.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Also, surprisingly, VPNs are very successful right now. I don't know why.
Completely unrelated side note.
Yeah,
we would like to announce the new sponsor of Drop Phrase.
Yeah. I'm wondering if people like Nord and stuff like that are in Texas, like going like, oh, we hate this too. Keep pushing. Do it.
No. Oh yeah, right. Oh, we're lobbying against this. We want every single billboard down every highway, just NordVPN,
exactly.
everywhere. Can we make the red lights just have a stencil of NordVPN in them and just put?
Yeah, I think there's actually legitimate. There's a legitimate push to ban VPNs now, in Texas and other states. So
that's gonna trigger the privacy crowd. That's going to be real dangerous. There's a lot of VPN usage that has nothing to do with that.
Totally.
It's going to,
Yeah.
No, it's all awful. It's all bad. It's all bad. It really just comes down to
it's all bad.
How bad is it going to get, right? Because the majority. I would go as far as to say the majority of games that we play would probably fit. I mean, I guess adult game is its own category, but a mature game, that's
mature game is huge.
Well, the worst, I mean, and the worst part about this is there is still to this day so much confusion over the fact that you can watch violent movies and play violent games, and like there's not a difference there. Like there was that massive quote by RFK recently about how he was blaming games for some recent violence that happened in media.
Yeah.
And then the big graphic that was going around is like, oh, here we go again with the violence and gaming thing. And you see the how much video games per capita are, and USA is like, middle of the list in terms of how much video game money were sold. Japan's like at the very top. And then you see the gun violence thing, and it's just like complete zero, like none makes it like. So it's so frustrating. Like we've had this conversation so many times.
It's cyclical at this point.
Yeah.
But
It's
again,
cyclical.
the scary part is like RFK, while he does have more power than a Thompson did back in the day, the whole thing is that now this cycle has the payment processors in it, and that's a different ball game.
Speaking of, like, I can envision, I can absolutely, now we live in crazy times. I can absolutely envision a world where it's like they have Steam, but like Steam Red Boxes, where you go and you have to bring cash. You have to bring cash. It will accept no other form of payment but cash. And you put your cash in and you get your key. So they know that no payment processors are involved with this transaction at all.
Yeah, to get the next Call of Duty, it's cash only. Cash and Bitcoin. That's it.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. It's interesting times. I don't know the solution. If it was easy, I think it would have already been solved by now. But honestly, the solution's probably money, in lots of it, and on one side or the other.
But JP, money's the problem.
Right, but it's also the solution for these things.
Ain't
But
that
how
a
can it
bitch?
be both? What do you mean?
Yeah, I know.
You mean the solution for money is more money?
Unfortunately, yes, more money. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
On the topic of Valve, did you guys see what they introduced this past week to skirt around a lot of their banned gambling practices when it came to CSGO boxes?
No.
So this past week, they introduced, and I got to pull up a full thing. It is, there was a couple things. There was one, okay, here it is. Remind me about the other Valve thing, and I'll tell you about that as well, because that's also fascinating.
Okay, I'm writing down other Valve
Thank
right
you.
now.
Yeah, a lot of Valve things here. So they introduced new loot boxes that are dodging gambling regulations. And it is called the Genesis Terminal. I'll pull up this article that is talking about it. PC Games In has it. You can scroll down here. This is the Genesis Terminal right here. So essentially, it's a new kind of loot box. It came out on Tuesday, September 16th. And the loot boxes it offers are fantastic because they're free. Kind of. You receive one a week via the Genesis Uplink Terminal and Counter-Strike 2. Once you've activated your Genesis Terminal, you then have 3 days to pick a skin. They are shown to you one at a time, and you can only move on to the next one by declining the current one, and it will never come back once you decline it. So it's essentially a push your luck system. All right. So do you
But if you decline it, you will never see it again.
You will never see it again.
So if you wanted to collect them all, you'd always just have to click the first one?
Yes. However, wait for this.
Okay.
It gets even crazier because when you finally get the skin that you want, you have to pay for it. And this is paid directly to Valve.
Dude, they're making it so you're not paying for the random part. You're only paying for the outcome after the random game. Is that how they're getting around it?
Yeah. And so listen to this. So some of the skins are like 30 cents for like a pistol skin, according to this article. However, the most expensive skin, the rarest of the current 17 skins within the Genesis terminal, is $1,600.
So you would get that and then have to pay Valve $1,600. And to then actually realize the value of that, you would have to trade it on a website that Valve does not sanction for money that you can't actually trade that for because it's against the TOS.
And I don't even know if you can trade
Wait, is that
these.
right?
Oh,
can you not trade these?
No. It's worth noting that you can sell these skins on the marketplace after a week, but there is no guarantee that you will recoup the cost because it's a marketplace. So Valve doesn't control the cost of the marketplace. They only control the cost of the item when you buy it initially.
Now, to be fair, any seller would have to be crazy to price it less than how much they bought it for, but they could.
They could. Yeah.
And of course, someone needs to want to buy it, so the skin has to like. But dude, that is the part that's most frustrating about this. Is I really felt like over the last year and a half that Valve was making some gamer first motions. Like they were actually doing like some, hey, we're trying to get AI and stuff off our website and show it to you better, and hey, we're trying to cut back on the gambling, and you're like it seemed like Valve was moving in like a relatively good direction, and then like this happens, and it's like, oh, never mind. Never mind. This is as scummy corpo as it gets. This is this is complete bullshit. Like, god damn.
It's pretty crazy.
Terrible system.
It's pretty crazy
Wow.
that that's how they're skirting around the gambling regulations that I think for a large part of the EU, like I don't know what is banned and what is not banned. Because in the US it's all fair game, but I know
You know what
it's banned.
the worst part about this is? Do you know how many people are going to see a skin that they can't afford and then they have to watch it go away and never come back?
Yeah. The FOMO is real.
It's just
Sounds like gambling.
that's so that system just breeds negativity and just terrible feelings and just it's just horrible. It's just such a poorly designed, terrible system.
It's FOMO.
Yep.
Yeah, so the other Valve story doesn't have to do with gambling, but it
Other Valve I have it written down.
yeah, it is I guess interesting. I don't know how to quantify it. So what happened was a game that was in early access by the name we might have covered it, or one of you might have played it. It is called Planet Centauri. The pitch for this game is essentially Starbound meets Pokemon. I think it was in early access for a handful of years. I don't know how many years. It had 138,000 wish list. This is all from the dev. In December of 2024, so last year, the game finally came out of development, launching into 1.0 for $14.99. The devs, this is all coming from Polygon.com, who wrote this. There's a lot of people that covered it, but this article specifically is Polygon.com. They say the devs weren't expecting wild numbers or anything, but they certainly weren't expecting to only move 581 units in their first week. 138,000 wish list, 581 units sold in the first week. They talked to one of the developers, or rather he wrote on social media, and he said, "We never understood why until today. It turns out that the whole thing was a freak accident because Valve contacted the French dev team behind the game I think it was earlier this month is when they got the email that the platform, aka Steam, failed to notify the users who had saved Planet Centauri on their wish list. So no one got blasted that the game hit 1.0 for the 138,000 people that wishlisted it.
Whoops.
The launch trailer, to show you how big the game was in other spaces, the launch trailer on YouTube had just under 500,000 views, which is actually pretty high for, I think, any indie game. For any video, let alone a smaller indie game like this. The people who had already expressed an interest in checking out the game had no way of knowing that it was available unless they went to the proper Steam page. A lot of people just completely rely, when you put a thing on a wish list, you get notified whenever it comes out. They rely on that, right? So essentially,
it's literally the point of the system. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole, exactly. It's the whole point of the system. They kind of continue talking to the devs, and devs continue to tweet about all this stuff. But it turns out that Valve decided to rectify this, and they were offered from Valve a placement on Steam's daily deal to quote, make up for lost visibility from your launch day, Valve said in an email. Now, a daily deal pops up for all Steam users, and it most of the time appears on the platform's front page, as well as pages highlighting ongoing sales on games. And so every dev that they talked to said that this is a very good thing and they should do it. They said one developer said they saw 10 times their usual revenue off of a daily deal. And another said that the Steam Daily Deal had the biggest sales impact on their game they had ever seen. If the studio followed up with content patches and periodic sales, they could start inching their way back to a better situation. the dev team, the duo had already moved on to their next game, as you know, devs do, and they weren't able to. They didn't want to do any other extra support for Planet Centauri because 500 people bought the game. So in their minds, that game's kind of dead water, right? Like, why would they pump more resources into it if it only sold 500 copies? Which I don't disagree with.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's financially, that makes sense. So we don't know. This was 2 or 3 days ago. We don't know if the daily deals happened yet, and we don't know how like big it is. But it's just one of those things where I read that story and it's like, man, can you imagine? Like, imagine if all this work you were doing for Emberville and pushing wish lists and all that stuff, and then Valve just made an oopsie, and you had no idea after a year why it was doing that.
So first of all, that is horrifying. It's also wild to think that Steam doesn't have access to that list and can't just like send that email out. Like, it seems like they should be, you know, the fact that this bug can even happen, that should be something they expedite. But I guess, you know, they have stuff to design in Counter-Strike 2.
Right.
It seems like the devs would have grounds for litigation on that.
I mean, here's the thing, though. This is such a weird area because, like, is it illegal that Valve didn't send out the wishlist thing? Not really. I mean, I can tell you, we didn't sign any legal documentation with Emberville saying, like, you have to send out the, you know, like that wasn't, it's just not part of it. Maybe it should be. Maybe it should be. In fact, now, you know, right? I'm going to talk to my lawyer about this and be like, maybe this should be in our thing. But no, I mean, it's like, it's wild to think it's happened. It's wild to think they didn't do something automatically to fix it. But also, I mean, a little bit of real talk here, you know, ever since Emberville, obviously I've been looking a lot into the wishlist and stuff. Wishlisting is not as binary as people think. There are other factors that come from wishlisting that influence all sorts of things. Like, for instance, wishlists have value. So somebody that wishlisted a game at a certain point, if that game is 3 years out, if somebody wishlists it that day, as opposed to the person that 3 years ago, those have different values in the system. How long, like if somebody revisits it, you know, like there's all these little indicators that Valve uses to play with what a wish list is worth. So it's not really cut and dry at all. It is, you know, and I learned that a lot from the investing stuff that I've done. Like, a lot of people are so worried about it, some just kind of swear it off, the whole wish list thing. And also game wish lists these days, which is another kind of big issue that people are running into. So yeah, it's a whole big thing.
Yep. Yeah, I have no idea what episode it was, but Rami talked a lot about wish listing on the show. I think maybe the last time he was on, and covered a lot of that stuff in depth on on the show. With
all this Valve stuff, we should see if we can get him back.
Yeah. I mean, he's coming on in October via that email that we had. Yeah.
Perfect.
So we'll have him on in mid-October. In the middle of, well, I guess kind of towards the end of October when games are still coming out, but not as crazy as it is right now, where games are coming out. Everything's coming out right now. More news. Let me see if there's anything else we want to cover. I don't know if it's necessarily news, but Randy kind of shut up finally when it came to Borderlands. he stopped.
Wow.
He stopped.
Yeah, it's been a few days.
It's been kind of quiet.
Good job, Randy.
Well, just okay. It pains me to do this, but hey, Randy, thanks for the Swift codes. Okay,
that's true. He has put
on
Swift codes.
I not only retweeted it, I favorited that tweet too.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? Thanks.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, he had a Randy of a week. He was suggesting, you know, he was doing tech support live on Twitter for people and telling them how to uninstall drivers.
Oh, yeah,
there was the whole like premium game situation where, you know, people are
the premium gamers.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. God, dude.
It was a whole thing.
Who is Randy? We're talking about Randy Pitchford, the face of Gearbox Software.
Yes.
Makers of Borderlands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is arguably one of the larger characters in the game industry right now, I would say. I'd say it'd be like Hideo Kojima, Randy. Not really a lot anymore. There used to be like Cliff Todd, like those guys, but like Todd
would go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of Sven. I put Sven in there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I would as well.
Anyway, yeah. But here's the thing. A lot of those people we just mentioned are up there for lots of glowing positive reasons. Randy is a bit of an outlier. Randy is there's a word, there's famous, and then there's this other word called infamous. And Randy is a bit infamous. He's done some interesting things over the year. He's earned quite a reputation. Let's put it there. Which is why we're so impressed that he seems to have chilled a little bit, which is great for everyone, frankly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's, we talked about Borderlands 4 in a pretty good detail last week. I finished the story of the game. I agree with nothing changed in terms of my feelings of it last week. If anything, I think it got better. I think that the story and the writing of that game is probably the best it's been for me in Borderlands ever. The side quests are the best parts of that game by considerable margin. There's a couple. I talked about the claptrap stuff last week, which I think is improved by leaps and bounds. I did there's a serial killer quest chain, which is really good and like really fucking dark. And I don't mean in like,
I think I'm midway through that one.
Yeah, I don't mean in like the Borderlands dark, because the world's kind of grim in Borderlands, but I just mean in like a dark. It's actually kind of fucked up in a well done storytelling way. And I like the main story as well. I really enjoyed where that game ended up. It really feels so weird that Borderlands 3 is a thing that exists in their, sequential games, because I don't know what happened. When you look at Borderlands 3 and you go to Borderlands 4, they really rerouted that ship. I'm not in that camp of like, oh, I want a little bit of the goofiness back. No, I think it's a pretty good line that they're writing right now. There still is a little tinge of goofiness, but it's not like crazy like it was in Borderlands 3.
The best way I can describe it is Borderlands 1 and 2 went from dad jokes to Borderlands 3, which was young adult jokes and edginess.
Sure.
And then Tiny Tina's went more nerd, and they were like, oh, we want the more nerdy thing. You guys like this more? And now 4 is pretty much back to dad joke goofiness with a little bit more dark, explosive stuff, like a little bit more kind of like shock value than like there's like, even in the little bit I've played, there's been a few like pretty jaw-dropping moments. Just like, what?
Yeah.
Like there's like getting some limbs ripped off and various parts ripped off in front of you, like as a joke. It's just like, damn, dude.
Yeah, and even not as a joke. Like there's some character moments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's I gotta say, like, just to echo it, because I wasn't here last year, I'll keep this super short, or last week, but I'll keep it super short. This is my favorite Borderlands. My last favorite Borderlands was Tiny Tina's. I loved the more nerdy direction of that. And then this one, by far, mechanically it's the best, even though it's still pretty simplistic. It's still mechanically the best. It feels good. I like the open world format. That really works. It is missing some really weird QOL that is strange. And I will say that I haven't finished the main story yet, but I'm not entirely yet sold that the main story is better in an open world format. Like, I will say that the open world format has made it so I feel like some parts of the main story have been a little bit less impactful. But I don't really have an answer into how that could be done better in a game like this. So, but I will say, like, coming from 2 particularly, it when you're kind of forced to go down that main story corridor, I feel like the beats hit a little more. But minor complaint.
That's the problem with an open world game is that, like, you'll be in the middle of a main quest, you'll get to the main quest will lead you to a new land, and you'll stop the main quest to do the side quest in this land. Then you go, oh, where were we? Oh, there we go.
And that's what I kept doing. And that's a good thing, right? But like it's one of those things where it's like it's a good thing here, but it has a negative here. So I don't know what the answer to that is, but I definitely noticed it. So it you know, suffers the same thing as other open world games of this type do. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been awesome overall.
Since last week, when we had Bruce and Anthony on, and we were talking about it, I hadn't really touched it yet, and now I have. I mean, I have your basic 20 hours in it. You know, I've just barely scratched the surface of it. God damn, all the things they were saying, I am just like all the gripes they had. I'm just experiencing them like hard. Like, oh, good. It's a world event bubble. Let's go in. And I'm like, all right, he's coming at me. I better back away. Fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
Back out of the bubble, and you're just like, God damn it!
Yep,
Give me a chance.
I hate it.
Now that we have talked about the good parts, I will say there are a few things in this game that make me wonder if Randy has played his game. like there no, I kid you not. There are a few things in this game where it's just like, how are we to this point in video games and this was not thought of in a project of this scope with this many eyes on it? For instance, when you pick up a class mod, you can't see what the skills do.
Yeah.
You can't see what the skills do. When you go into your lost loot thing, you can't sell from there. You can only throw it away for no money or put it in your inventory. The whole inventory setup is so convoluted and messy. Obviously designed for controller, no PC stuff. Like there's all these just weird little tiny missing QOL things where it's just like, how is this missed? Like how the selling from the loot thing is just, you should just be able to click a button to sell all. Like how what's even the point of that thing?
Like the lost loot thing, just to have one very simple filter. One very simple filter. Sort by value or rarity, either one, I don't care. Value or rarity, and then drop off the whites and greens on them. Like, don't just give me a random selection of lost loot. I want the lost loot that's worth something.
Well, that's so the lost loot doesn't. I think it might actually explicitly say this, but if you collect a purple, it'll replace a common in lost loot.
It will. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
I think because I've definitely had legendaries and stuff show up in there.
Yeah, I don't know it. I remember reading a thing specifically. It said the lost loot is supposed to take your highest tier loot and it just keeps replacing it as you do. But there's no question
that's what
I have left hundreds of purples behind and then gone and looked in the lost loot and just had like 3 purples and all blues and a couple greens. So it's like, that's not how it's working. It's not just taking every purple you miss and putting it in the box if you don't.
Right now.
My chats are erupting with it's bugged. So
it's bugged. Okay.
Well, maybe that makes bugged.
Maybe it's just bugged.
Well, yeah. Okay, if it's bugged, that's a different issue. Like, if they have the right issues in mind, like they have the right idea in mind, just fix it. Just fucking fix it. Because I'm sick of going to my lost loot and going like, I know I left some purples behind and going like, here's your white item again. Like,
bro, we are on an alien planet. There is a shattered moon above us. We have little turrets on our shoulders and we're digistructing guns in front of us. And you're telling me that I can't put a fucking hook on my vehicle to hang a little item on so I can drive it back to the quest thing?
I talked about that at length last week, dude. That shit and the fact that it's massive. Like you can barely see.
Oh yeah. So it's like there on the left side of your screen. Yeah. So it's like, okay, just walk on down that. Yeah. Oh my dude. That's baffling. That's the kind of thing where it's like, you basically made a new escort level annoyance quest. Like you spawned in a brand new variant of escort quests.
Yep.
Why did you bring this into existence? Why did you do this?
Yep.
The world is better without this.
It feels great to have that echoed after last week because I'm still
crazy.
pissed about that.
I thought it was broken. I thought it was bugged when it first happened. I was like, wait, I can't warp?
Yeah.
Like what is like I could summon a gun out of the air. Why can't I warp with this?
The funniest part is the solution that the community has done is throw it, get on your bike, run over, pick it up, throw it, get on your bike, run it, and then just kind of like doing that as fast as possible.
Oh my god, dude!
So that's how people are doing it.
Fucking amazing.
Doing it quick.
I haven't even gotten to that part. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, they're just it's random. Well, it's quests, but it's also just things that you'll find out in the open.
Right? Bounties are like they're like the mini quests.
Every once in a while, you'll get like a main story quest, but yeah. The other thing.
Also, I want to echo the fucking like, if I sort my loot by something, Remember that. Remember it.
Yeah.
Sorted by value, sorted by rarity, or by manufacturer, whatever. If I leave it there, just leave it there.
Now listen,
open the menu again, have it the same thing.
I know this makes me a basic bitch, what I'm about to say. Okay, I know this. I realize there's all sorts of reasons you wouldn't want to go by this. But all I want to do is sort that big list of guns by the one that has the most damage in the top. That's all I want. I just want to sort by damage. I want to know which one is going to do the biggest hit. That's all I want, and I can't do that in a Borderlands game.
It's true.
Like,
wait, hold on. You can't like do the weapon.
You can't sort by damage. You can only sort by level, rarity, type. I think you can even do by like. No. I don't think it's by. Oh wait, chat is saying you can go into weapons into the filter.
Yes, if you there's an arrow pointing down and the weapons drop down.
Hold on, I'm opening this right now.
And you, yeah. And then it says damage. I know that I know it's there.
Why is it already running? We don't even have Borderlands running.
No, Cole, you've been playing this game according to my Steam friend list. You've been playing this game for 37 days straight.
Yeah. No, you're always online in Borderlands.
Oh,
but you're just
it's just hung open.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you've got how long? Yeah, 128 hours on record in Borderlands 4. You've just left it open.
It's the best Borderlands I've ever played. Pretty wild that 128-hour gamer didn't know you could sort by damage. That's pretty wild.
You were on vacation, and the entire weekend, Borderlands 4 was running.
Borderlands the whole time. You thought I was on vacation. I was just having a vacation in Kairos. That's right. Brought my kids and everything. It was great.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Valid complaint, though, they do hide it behind a drop-down list.
They do. Okay.
But, yeah.
I'm actually loading up.
But yeah, the drop-down
I
has
swear
like
I looked in there.
manufacturer, DPS and stuff, yeah.
So,
okay, good.
I don't, the two of you.
But it doesn't matter because they don't fucking remember it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of a pain that it doesn't stick. I don't know how much the two of you will be able to add to this conversation because you don't play Destiny. But the entire time I was playing and especially towards the end and finishing the like main campaign, I could not get past the fact that this is essentially a better Destiny without the Destiny aspect
IP.
of it. Yeah. Like if that's where this is going and everything that happens in the way that they kind of set up the end game, it makes me think that they could get there a couple years down the line. I really think that like if this is what they're going to start doing and then they start adding more DLC and it's all story focused and then more and more and more, it just slowly starts to become Destiny. I'm about it. Like, I hope it goes that way.
Dude, why do they put all the best modifiers under a clickable drop down that you have to do every single time you go into the end of the game?
Oh, there's a lot.
Still on that weapon thing.
Oh, there's a lot.
Dude, fire rate, deep, like all that. Sorry, I'm done.
No, yeah.
That would have made this so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Chat saying no raids.
Okay.
There actually is raids. They talked about it in their end game video. They're just not in the game yet. They put out a video talking about the raids feature, and then it's not in there yet. I think it's coming down the line. They're not going to be the type of raids like Destiny, where you go in and like do a 5 to 6 hour raid. I think it's going to be a pretty quick kill a boss with some mechanics tied into it. But hey, if they're touching the water to see if people like that type of stuff, and that's where it ends up, I'm kind of about it. I would love to see. Someone who's played a lot of Destiny. If that's where they're going with this, I'm into it. I could see Take-Two like wanting that cash cow.
What if the next Borderlands is Destiny? What if they take Borderlands online?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I could totally see it. I mean, this framework, just like it's exactly like you said, this framework is almost built for it. The way that it's set up. It would only need social zones and hubs.
It would really come like full circle too, because Destiny kind of copied what Borderlands was originally and turned it into a Destiny thing. But yeah, really interested once you guys finish the game to see what you think of.
Yep, I'll be playing more this week.
Yeah,
sure.
I was surprised at how long the game is as well.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing it 128 hours, and it's just.
No, my 20 hours have been in the first like 2 areas, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like the first 2 like named areas. I'm saying the first 2 areas of the first named area. Like there's so much shit to do.
Yeah.
And by the way, I found JP and Zeke in the game. Like I finally got to that.
Oh, JP's bathtub.
Little town.
I found that too.
I don't have any idea if we talked about it last week.
You.
I don't know if that's me. And the reason, I don't know if that's me because the reason that I said last week on the show is because they denied me a key for this game. Like 2K denied me access to the game.
I heard they denied all the people that they put in references. So that
that's
makes a lot of sense.
what the other thing with my brain went.
Zeke is in the game and I got a key.
Oh no, that was the football player. I'm sorry.
Oh God. God damn you, Elliot.
Elliot wins again.
Screwed again. I
Elliot.
got his key.
Shout out.
If you need a key to Borderlands, I got you.
If somebody saw me just randomly laugh out there, was reading Swiftness's comment earlier. Imagine Randy is the public face of a live service game.
I know that would be. That would actually be.
Oh wow. Wow.
That would be a fucking feature. They would like put that on the when you like buy the game. It's like Randy Pitchford. Like I could see the little dash, and it's like Randy Pitchford is.
It's good, dude. It's gonna be like the Quentin Tarantino. It's gonna be like a Pitchford joint underneath and like cursive. Oh, that's right.
You need some live Q&A or some live tech support. We got Randy for you.
Randy Pitchford presents Borderlands 76.
Randy's just sitting at a table with a phone taking calls from players. Why is it running well for you? What kind of computer do you have?
He's got like a phone bank of like just all these phones. He's got like 3 of them on each ear.
God, they see now if they
the graphics card not going to cut it. How much do you care about Borderlands, son?
If they did that, if they leaned into that joke, I think that would be fucking hysterical.
That would be amazing.
It would be so good.
Yeah, Randy has the opportunity to do one of the most hilarious things ever if he were to just lean into this ridiculous character that in public and become the Randy Pitchford that everyone thinks he is. Like that would
be so funny.
He would become Borderlands.
Yeah,
it would be the personification of Borderlands.
If they do like
Borderlands,
if they do community streams or anything like that, have the Randy tech support hour, and it's just Randy sitting at a desk answering calls from viewers,
and behind him is a big sign that says "Handsome Randy,"
and it's just him like trying to get his stuff.
Thank you for that, chat. That was from chat. Thank you,
God, that would just be hysterical.
Like his tie's all mangled, his shirt's open, he's got a cigarette. He's like, "What's that about your graphics card? Okay, I can't do it.
It'd be hysterical.
Can't do it. Okay."
I would love that. I think that would be hilarious.
That's a bottle. Borderlands, if it's not working well enough for it, it's because you don't love it enough. Click.
Yeah. They should do it. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Grabs his cup of coffee, pours some whiskey in it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing great. This is fine. Everything's fine."
Oh man,
it's good.
Wow.
Be a good bit. It'd be a good bit. Borderlands is a good bit. I really enjoyed that game. Took me 50 hours to finish campaign. I was a little slow. I guess I was slow. Everyone else said they finished the story at like level 34 or something, and I finished the story at 49 and hit 50 when I finished the game. So
wow.
I think I just did a lot of side stuff, admittedly. So.
Dude, what? Okay, I like from what I've gotten out of 20 hours, like I don't see me beating this for another 60.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you could take a very long time in this game. Like in the
I'm
way that they
cleaning up. Like I'm the kind of gamer that cleans up a completely an area if I can, because there's certain stuff you can't come back to until you get something later. I don't know what that is, but there's certain things that's like there's this thing you can put here, but you don't have it yet. You're like, oh fuck, okay. So I'm cleaning up every single like question mark, every single voice log, everything in the land before I move on to the next land, and that takes a bunch of time because there's a lot of shit in every little place.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and even as you finish main story stuff, more quest unlock. So like when you finish an area, there's post story quest for that area, where it's like,
Oh,
oh,
no kidding.
you got rid of XYZ big bad. How about you come help us with this? And then there's like, I think they call them faction quests within the game, to where there's like 4 or 5 quests that open up every time you finish it. So it's good. I will probably continue to play. I don't know if I'm going to do the like ultimate Vault Hunter mode. I've heard that it's so when you finish the game, ultimate Vault Hunter mode unlocks, which increases like loot and difficulty and stuff at the end game. I don't know how deep I'm going to go into that. Only because I've heard the benefit is not that much. It's only like a handful % more loot and difficulty and all that. And I think at the quote end game is kind of imbalanced right now. And it's a strange way to talk about because it ultimately is a single player game, but there are builds that are just like completely broken to where you can just walk up and like throw a knife and do 1 billion damage and just like one shot a boss. So I don't know if they have any plans on changing that or if they even care to. Like historically, I don't know if Borderlands has ever done like a massive balance patch for any of it.
I think I don't think they do too much balancing stuff, but they do fix bugs.
Yeah,
so
and
like
there are some bugs, yeah.
Yeah, if the damage is happening due to bugs, that'll probably get fixed.
Yeah. There's just stuff that in each equipment is like the knife that gives you 100% crit for 5 seconds, or the med kit that gives you 200% damage on your next shot, or things like that are just like best in slot.
So we may have missed this, JP. Chat's actually saying they did a lot of balance work in 3.
Okay.
Other people are being sure to mention that, and everyone hated it. So,
they hated the balance?
Yeah, so I wonder, I mean, maybe that'll influence how much and what they do with 4.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
If it's a bug, fix it. If it's a broken build that we exploited and found, leave it. That's my contention. Like, some people want to play the game like that. Some people want to play the game fucking broken. That's fine. Let them.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. The fact that like I said, it's ultimately a single player game or it's not an online experience, which it still kind of is. That's a bad way to say it. Then I'm okay with those builds existing. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
No, I look forward to finding those fucking weapons that you're just like, you know the feeling. Every gamer knows the feeling of finding that weapon, and it's just like, you take it out for the first time and you use it on a boss and it's just like chunk, chunk, chunk. And you're just like, oh,
it feels good.
I love you.
That feels super good when you're leveling. Like when you're working through power creeps and you get a big new power creep, that feels great. But if you're at the end game and you're like trying to do things that challenge you, and the thing that you get, and every boss can get one shot, like at that point, like roll another class or make a new build or something.
Yeah.
Like there gets to a point where it's not fun. But I mean, it is important to mention, like, players don't have to take that option. It is a game that you can play single player. So do they need to take it out? Not necessarily.
That's exactly what I'm saying though, Co. Like, do you think it's on the devs or the gamer to do that? Like to make it a challenge?
I think it depends on what the devs want gamers to get out of their game. It's their vision at the end of the day. Do they want there to be an avenue in their game that invalidates every endgame challenge that they have? And is that something they want to choose to keep in the game? If so, that's up to them, and that's their prerogative. It's their art at the end of the day. So that's cool. But I mean, that's very telling. For me, if for a game like Borderlands, I would not want a build that could literally invalidate every fight. That's the kind of thing I'd want to work out of the game. Sure, super strong stuff, absolutely. But like JP was saying, I've seen clips of like, literally, they take a gun, they fire a few times and nothing happens, and then they shift modes and every bar on the boss disappears in a second. And it's like at that point, like when there's a bunch of builds that do that, like that's, you got to kind of ask yourself, what kind of game do we want the end game to be?
Yeah,
sure. But I like the idea that it's there. Like if I found a combination that obviously is out there that you can one-shot boss and stuff like that, that would be my, like, I would go into the boss, quote unquote, as intended. I would fight it as intended. And then if I want to farm the boss, I got Bertha, and I'm gonna farm the boss.
Yeah. It is.
There's a certain amount of, and there's a whole big discussion in making sure the player has obstacles to success, and that you can only necessarily fabricate some of the strongest emotions and outcomes by challenging them in ways they may not particularly like or enjoy. What I mean is like by harder difficulty, dying a bunch of times, things like that. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like, if you don't care, if you don't want to pull that from your player at all, that's cool. But, and that's fine. But I think there's going to be times, like, for instance, would you want something like that in Elden Ring?
Yeah, right. No, the answer is no for most people.
Yeah, I was asking Zeke, but I think he tuned out.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Zeke back. Okay.
No. Are you asking if I want a similar situation in Elden Ring?
Yeah.
And
would you
the
like
answer
if
is
there was like
sure.
Okay.
And the reason why is because when I play games, I don't look up builds. I play the game like with the weapons I like. Because I know like we were talking about specifically the Elden Ring DLC and that last boss. And you told me how you went in there, you tanked up, and you just let him whack you, and you just whacked him back harder, and you ended up winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew of that, but I still never went that route because I wanted to beat it with the weapon I liked.
Do you think if you were always given an easier option that there would be times when you may take the easy option where taking the harder option would have given you a better experience?
Say that again.
If you had an easy option you could take
mm-hmm.
all the time, a button on the screen, you could just skip the boss if you wanted to. This is just a hypothetical. Just curious.
Sure.
And would you, if you were told you can have this button on the screen for the entire duration of the game, or we won't put it on there, but you may have experiences that are much more rewarding for you that will require more work. You want that button on the screen, yes or no? You would say
yes. And
yes.
I would say yes.
I would
the reason
say
why
no.
I did that exact thing in Lies of P DLC. The last boss was a fucking nightmare for me. So I was like, okay, there's a button now that goes bleep, 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 story mode, difficulty, whatever. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I did it. I'm like, great. Because the fun of that game for me, for that DLC, was more invested in the plot than it was in the gameplay. So I like that there was an option there that allowed me to see the resolution without banging my head against the fucking wall. I tried it normally, like on hard mode, normal, with like the build I had, and it was just like I was getting so angry and upset, and all I wanted to do was see the end of the game. And I'm thankful that it was there.
Okay.
And it's a skill issue. It's definitely a skill issue. And I would not complain if it wasn't there. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't complain, because that's the way they wanted it. But I was grateful that it was. You see what I'm saying?
See, what's really interesting about this conversation we're having is it is very clear that neither of us is right. And that neither what I mean is like neither of our sides is the full right side.
Right.
Like I would still do my option, but the idea of someone like you not having the tools to get the experience you want out of your game. I mean, I'm always somebody who argues for player agency. So like I now find myself in this weird middle ground where I'm like, where is the line between player agency and developer vision? If the developer wants you to suffer because they want to elicit a certain thing out of you, how does that challenge the player agency thing? So in a situation like Borderlands, like when Gearbox decides that, like what is like in this case for the instant kill weapons, do we even get to say that stuff stays in the game or not? Like like do we don't have any say in that at all, right? Because at this point it would all be just depending on what they want the players to experience.
No, and here's my compromise for you. It's hypothetical compromise. But my compromise is anytime you ask me if I beat a game, I'll put an asterisk. I'll put an asterisk, and the asterisk will lead down a little footnote that says, He lowered the difficulty. He's a little wimpy baby boy. Don't listen to anything he says. And I'll wear that moniker. That's fine. I will tell you straight up, like, I story moded this one boss because I hated it. And I will let you know, like, I'm a little wimpy crybaby. Me. And I'll put it like put a little badge on my little pin on my fucking gamer shirt that says that.
Yeah.
How about
that? It's wild. The discussion is very topical because all of this came down in another game with Hollow Knight Silksong. And then that whole conversation was like, is the game too difficult? The devs came out and said that this was Ari Gibson, explained that Hornet is inherently faster and more skillful than the Knight, so even the base level enemy had to be more complicated, more intelligent. They were just like, yeah, the game's hard, but we gave you the tools to overcome that. And that's get good. Yeah, is ultimately what they said. So, yeah.
I saw a tweet going around from them that I swear was a joke, but then I later was told was not a joke.
What's
about
that?
DLC or something, or like, hold on, I'm gonna go see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know
anyway,
what
keep saying what you were saying. Yeah.
No, that was the complete thought. I'm not sure what Team Cherry said they're already working on downloadable content, but
that was wild.
Yeah. I don't know what tweet it was. So they will do free DLC like all
song out your damn mouth. I'm sorry.
That's funny. I like that.
I like that too.
Anyways, yeah, I think that topic has been, that conversation has been happening a lot recently in video games. Like, why don't they have an easy mode or all that type of stuff? Kind of the same conversation that you see a lot. So, other news stuff, not necessarily biggest news for our audience, but if you are wanting to grab an Xbox, well, they just got even more expensive. Microsoft put out new prices.
Wow, you switched that one. I thought you were like, if you wanted to grab an Xbox, now's the time.
No,
like, nope.
They raised the prices on Xboxes.
The time was pre-tariff. That was the time.
Yeah,
the time to buy was then.
Dude, an Xbox Series X is $650 right now. That's $150 more than what it was when it was first announced.
Dude, and it was already not selling well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely
how
crazy.
could you justify that, especially with all the other prices going up? Like, it seems very, and then compare it to a PS5, and would it, like, I don't know. It's
well, PS5s went up before that.
PS5s did go up. Yeah, they're up too, but
yeah. Oh, sorry. This is beginning on October 3rd, so you do have a little bit of time before this price increase happens.
Real quick,
if you haven't got an Xbox Series X yet, I guess go get one.
Did they talk about the reasoning for this particular price increase? Was there an article with that as well? Because some people in chat, I just saw someone in chat say this particular price increase actually was not due to tariffs.
Let's see. So this is from the official Microsoft website. We'll update the recommended retailer pricing for Series S and X.
Due to the changes in macroeconomic environment.
In the macroeconomic environment. We understand that these changes are challenging, but they were made with careful consideration. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen, providing value for Xbox players.
This is US only, and you're telling me it's not tariffs?
Yeah.
Your name is Fonald Fump? Oh, okay, never mind. We're good. No, keep going. We're good.
Yeah.
Nice try, Fonald. Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah. I'm trying to think how much we have to cover on the show. We have a lot to cover, but I had my brother who recently sold his Series X to get a PS5 Pro because he just wanted the exclusives to play the best, whatever. And so he didn't have, he didn't have any access to his Game Pass account anymore, even though he had a year-long Game Pass. And I really was just honest with him, and I was like, look, full disclosure, I've been sponsored in the past, but have you checked out GeForce Now? And he's like, no, I haven't looked at that. So I started looking at the prices of everything. with how expensive this shit is going, it's GeForce Now is kind of crazy with like, it's $200 a year. All right. That's how much the ultimate version is. You get 100 hours a month. You can play most games on a 5080 with like very low latency. Most games are like 100 plus FPS. You get access to your Steam library, your Xbox Game Pass library, your Ubisoft, your EA. Like, it's really coming down to the type of thing where that just seems like the best. Like, who?
Hold up. Wait. When you said 100 hours, was that per week or month?
That's month. That's month.
Okay, because
not that many. So the average person doesn't play that much games. You got to remember that
we're streaming. We play a bit more than that.
But to be fair, the average people don't watch this show either.
Very true. Yeah, 100. Well, again, my brother. My brother doesn't watch this show.
Oh, he doesn't watch us. That's a good point. He's a normal person. Okay,
he is a normal person.
We're good. Yeah, we're okay. Okay.
But yeah, you're paying another subscription fee at that point. But like with where prices are going for all of this shit, like a piece, if you went and bought a 5080 PC, you're gonna spend what, $1,000 alone on the GPU. Like, I don't even know what 5080s are going for. I think they're like 800 right now. But it's crazy that I feel like today the best value is to just check out like GeForce Now and stream it.
I mean, there's a lot to be said for renting a computer.
You are renting, yeah.
Go ahead, Zeke. Yeah, go ahead, Zeke.
Yeah. No, I feel like full disclosure too. I haven't been sponsored by them recently, but in the past I have, and it seems like a good value, especially if you don't want to, buy a high-end gaming PC. But it's also like I just divided 100 divided by 30, and that because I couldn't do it in my head because I'm stupid. But that's 3 hours, 3.3 hours a day of gaming.
Now,
and that is like for people with a full-time job. That's not bad.
It's not bad. Full disclosure, I have not been sponsored. Don't listen to these guys. The service is terrible. It doesn't work
don't listen
right.
to
It's laggy.
Don't listen to us.
I'd like to talk about our new sponsor here. GeForce Now, yeah. Well, and
actually, to be clear, I think I have done a sponsored for them. And no, I've every time I've used it, it's been fine. I actually did a sponsor when they first came out with it back in the day. Back when like the Stadia stuff was happening, and they were like, I did one of those sponsors, and I actually remember being like, man, if Stadia works as well, like this might be cool.
We all know how Stadia went. The worst thing that happened, I think.
And now we're talking about GeForce, and no one's talking about Stadia.
Yeah.
So we see how that worked out.
Well, Stadia still did damage though to GeForce Now, right? Like to that whole industry because of how bad Stadia was.
That or just shined a big spotlight on the one that worked, because now GeForce Now is cruising along and doing pretty well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know, but no, it's wild. If it's better than it was a few years ago, then it's a great value for $200 a year. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the fact that you could easily drop $3,000 on a computer, and in 3 years it's going to be out anyway of the latest and greatest. The idea of dropping $600 to have like a near state of the art computer for those 3 years instead. Not a bad cost value right there.
Yeah.
How does your brother access it, out of curiosity? How does he play it?
He has a LG TV, and so
it just plays through the TV software.
And so there's an app on the LG TV, that it just plays.
He plugs his controller into the TV.
I think it connects to the TV via Bluetooth.
Of course it does.
Yeah. I think that's how he connects it. I do know that they are not on iOS devices. That there's no NVIDIA app on any iOS device. But yeah, LG and Samsung TVs have both Game Pass access with streaming, the same thing, and I think GeForce Now as well. So,
cool, very cool.
Yeah, it's also worth bringing up. I saw someone in the chat. Hard disagree. In this current time, we should try to own as much as we can rather than subscription, and I can't disagree with that.
Also very valid to bring up that if you don't have a good internet connection, it's just not an option.
Also true. Yeah.
Which, immediately rules it out for probably double digits of our audience. So,
yeah.
So kind of sucks. A lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. It is. Yeah, it is indeed. Was there one more thing that I wanted for news? We talked about that. Chad, anything else we missed for news, or should we move on to more games? You guys have actually been playing a game I really want to hear about, but I want to make sure we have all of the stuff covered up.
Subnautica news?
I saw that they had some more litigation stuff.
I've only heard the big lines from this, but I heard that apparently the Krafton guys were told in court that they could no longer use the argument that Subnautica 2 was not ready for early access release because they were not able to prove in discovery they had evidence to support the claim, which is a really big deal because they basically let the guys go saying the game isn't ready for EA yet. We're firing you because of that. They said it's ready.
Yeah.
They said, no, it's not, and fired them. And now they're in court saying we can't prove the game wasn't ready. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
that's kind of a real big deal. So this has, what's weird though, is yeah, it's a big deal, but it still might've been super shitty what the people they fired did. So it's like, and to be clear, the dev company Unknown Worlds still signed on with Krafton about going after the bosses. So this is a very confusing
what a fucking
situation.
Mess, man. Holy shit.
Dude. This is a very confusing situation. This is one of those things where we can talk about it when the news comes out, but like no opinions formed. There's too much information we don't know. Like we're just all watching with our mouths hanging open.
Yeah, that's super.
It's a car crash right now. It's a car crash.
Definitely messy. Some good news.
Dude, I know. The worst part about this is Subnautica 2. To have that be the product in the middle of all this,
God,
like,
yeah.
Subnautica is such a good franchise.
I just want more Subnautica.
I know. I just like, and the dev team who's getting yanked around.
Yeah,
they don't have anything to do with this.
What does work look like for them? Right?
Oh my! I can only imagine, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like the team is probably fractured at this point. Who's with Krafton? Who's with the old devs? What are people doing? It's yeah. Let's talk about a toxic work environment.
Yeah, pretty nightmarish.
Good vibes to him.
This is actually some good news for Bloodlines 2 fans, and kind of maybe the industry at large, because hey, those classes that they were going to lock behind a pre-ordered whatever it was, it's no longer there.
A $90 edition.
Yep. Yeah, everyone will be getting access to them from now on. So good on them. Good on them for changing that. You should reward them as such and applaud them for this change.
Not only that, they bumped the 2 DLC classes down to the bottom, and they're adding 2 DLCs to the max version, so the people that actually bought it will still get something. So I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still Corpo. It still has problems. The fact that it's named Bloodlines 2 is still going to be a big issue. Like, this is still a troubled project, but I will say this. The fact that Paradox, a company of that size, changed course as late in the game as they did, that is a very surprising situation. We have seen this exact situation with companies of Paradox's size or larger, where they just sail that ship right into the ground.
Yeah.
And that everyone knows it's going to die before. I mean, Deus Ex Mankind Divided was a great example. Like, everyone sees the writing on the wall, and the shit still happens. But sure enough, Paradox turned the ship around at this point, like as much as they could without renaming the game.
Right.
Well, dude, like I learned about this news and I talked about it on my stream. It's like they took a dump like in your mouth and then they're like, here, let me scoop that out for you. Here, there, and then they kiss you. Then they kiss you on the forehead and they go, better. And you're like, you still shit in my mouth first, like right away. Like, I'm not going to forget that.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's the same shit as CDPR and Cyberpunk, man.
Yeah,
like the company screwed up, and then they fixed it, and now every single person needs to decide, was that enough for me? That is a personal decision, not a public one.
Yeah,
so, I'm with you, and I think, and there are already people posting where it's like, I don't give it. You tried to pull that on us. Like, the only reason you stopped was because we revolted. So, I mean, you're that's very valid, dude.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
And sorry for those of you who are eating. I apologize for that imagery.
Fair enough. Let's move on to games. We might circle back around with some more news at the end of the show. But I want to hear about some Dying Light, because you guys have both played it. And the buzz around this game. So, full disclosure, they came to me with the sponsor, and I was like, I wasn't really super into what was it? Dying Light 2 was the one prior to that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, it was fun. I finished it, but I'm not super into it. I don't really know what this game is and if it's going to be good. And then cut to like 4 or 5 days later, everyone else said yes, and the game's apparently fucking awesome. So I fucked up, and I want to hear about why. You guys both did sponsored streams for it, but you're also still playing it from everything that I've
played it this morning.
Yeah. How is Dying Light the Beast?
Zeke, I've been talking a lot. Take it away.
Okay. I am not currently playing it on stream, but I could absolutely, if there was, it wasn't 30 games that I have backed up, I probably could see myself continuing it. It is like, okay, full disclosure, I was sponsored and I only played 2 hours. So I don't have like a vast knowledge of it, but man, it's good. It's really, really fun. And it's especially like the first time you turn on beast mode, it's just like, it really jazzes you up in the game. Like this is it. You actually, nice work.
Look at Zeke's face right now. Look, he's actually grimacing.
Yeah,
you see that?
That's my metal face, dude. That's my heavy metal face, dude.
That's a stank
really
face,
cool
is what we call it.
You're doing the tutorial, you're crawling around, and you're trying to get out of this medical facility, and then you have to pass through this hallway full of zombies. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have to fight every single one of these, aren't I? And you pass by them, and they're like at the glass, like Hannibal Lecter, like, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna fight every single one. And then you get to the elevator, and this is all within the first 20 minutes of the game. So no, it's not huge spoilers, and that's one of the base mechanics of the game is you Hulk out and do beast mode. So you get into this elevator at the very beginning of the game, and then it's like, and all the zombies are coming at you, and you're just like, and you just run into them, and you're just tearing them apart with your bare hands, and it's just super satisfying. There's squishy sounds, and there's dismemberments, and there's head neck snappings, and all kinds of wonderful things in it.
Just real quick to tie into what Zeke's saying, probably the most beautiful part about beast mode, and I love this mechanic so much, is while you are randomly attacking normal zombies, you will just, for no reason, grab them and do like a random fatality. And it completely adds to the thing. So like you're beating on a guy over here, some dude swings at you, you grab his arm, rip it off his body, punch a hole through his chest, and then your character looks back to where he was fighting, and then you're fighting over here again. And then all of a sudden you punch through that guy's head, and then you're back over here. So it's like they did a really good job of making it feel through very basic input like you're a complete badass. It does it very, very well.
That's awesome.
All right, back to you, Zeke.
Well, it's because of the, I think it's because of the switch that happened, because you're still kind of a badass, but you want to like take the zombies on one at a time if you're not in beast mode. So you're like, you're swinging, you're dodging, you're doing all that, very carefully, because if they can very easily grab you, because the animations in this game are like pretty deliberate and pretty slow. So like I was thinking like I could charge this up and like hit him, and I had to adjust my timing because you really reel back and they'll just grab you. So you like got to be real careful when you're in a group of zombies or infected or whatever they're called, to not get grabbed and not get like, interrupt all of your moves and stuff. But the switch from being like super cautious, dodging, stuff like that, to like, I'll take all of you on, bring more, is just such a power fantasy. It's wonderful. A wonderful switch.
Another great thing about beast mode is that at the beginning of the game, you can't control it. It builds up passively as you play.
Oh,
so
okay.
just like Zeke said, you'll be in this really intense fight. A few times for me, I've been just about to die, and then all of a sudden you'll glance at the bottom left, notice your bar's almost full, do a parry, and then all of a sudden you're hulking out and just clear the entire area. And it's such a good feeling when that happens. It's great.
Yeah.
So they did a great job with that.
Nice.
Yep. And the now, okay, I don't help me out with this. I played it on story mode. I usually do that with sponsored, so I can get to show as much of the game as possible. So I'm playing it on the easiest mode. But as far as the parkour goes, is there stamina with the parkour?
I don't believe there's stamina directly with the parkour.
Okay, because it wasn't for me at all. Like I could hang parkour,
there has been
climb as much as I wanted.
But I do not think. I think in this game they actually removed that.
Okay, good.
Which feels,
because that was one of the
better.
biggest complaints, was that the last game I think had stamina for the parkour, and this one does not. So you can just hang.
Stamina in combat.
Combat stamina, yes,
Oh, do you?
absolutely. No, I'm not
Yes.
talking about combat. Yeah, no, I'm talking about like climbing and jumping and stuff like that. So they really did a good job of encouraging the parkour in this game and not penalizing you with like grip strength or whatever the stamina is.
Yeah, that part's awesome. Moving around and stuff is the best it's been in Dying Light.
Yeah,
It feels
that's
really
what
good.
I've seen everyone ranting and raving about is the parkour.
Well, and here's another thing just to kind of to add in here. Like I'm playing on brutal, which is the hardest difficulty, and it is brutal. And I mean, it feels brutal in a good way. Zeke's not kidding when he said on story that he can only take a few zombies at a time. If I get 2 zombies around me and I run out of stamina, I'm going to die.
Holy shit. Okay.
If I'm being chased at night, the enemies that are faster than me can hit me for 90 damage in a 2-hit combo, where each hit is 90 damage. Boom, boom. So if I get hit by both hits of those, I die. I have died so much that I'm behind the main level of the main story
Wait,
while also doing side content
you lose XP?
every time you die.
Oh, is that on
I
all
die.
difficulties?
Don't know.
Okay.
But I can tell you this. I've been told you die far less on lower difficulties. Brutal apparently just makes the game.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. I'll just say that. I didn't die once.
Yeah. So it brutal is very, very, it's, but here's the thing. I say this though. It makes the world feel fantastic. Like, I actually am scared going outside. I can't take groups of zombies without Molotovs, grenades, and weapons. If there's a special encounter, I have to stop and think and look around and be like, where are all the red barrels? Where are all the traps? Where's all that kind of stuff? Night is not an option for me right now. It's just not. Like, if I go out at night, I'm going to die. So I have to find a place to sleep and do the next day because I don't have the tools and stuff for it.
Cool.
So it's actually feels really good. And one of the things I really like about it, night is darker. It's scarier. The enemies seem harder. Like, everything about the world seems more brutal than Dying Light 2.
The fact that you said night is darker reminded me of that place where it's like, night is a very dark time for me. Night is a dark time for everyone, you idiot.
Dude, okay.
Yes, of course night is darker, Co.
We no night is darker than the previous iterations of the game, which used a higher gamma setting, asshole. Anyway, okay, so but here's one thing. Speaking of calling Zeke an asshole, there was a reason for that. Kyle Crane is an asshole. Every single person he talked to. What do you want? Oh, okay, I guess I could do that. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, do you need help too, like everyone else here? Like, I swear to God, he goes around, he's just the biggest dick to everyone. And I don't know if the director was like, now listen, I want you to take this stick and jam it up your ass for the whole recording session and only take it out when we're done. Like, I don't know if that's what he was told, but like literally every line is dripping with like teenage FU dad energy. And it's just like, I don't get, like, some of the deliveries, I'm just like, dude, chill. You're helping
play
a dude.
as much as you did, Co. But I didn't play as much as you did, but I completely agree. And there's a line. I don't know if you remember the line, but it's in the very beginning where one of the characters is like sending you on a quest or telling you to do something. And they go, hearts and minds is how we're going to survive this. And I was like, we are dead. We're dead as
Yes. I remember that too. Yep.
This asshole has to win hearts and minds. We're screwed.
Yeah. By the way, I know a lot of people in chat are like, oh, but yeah, he just went through 13 years of torture. It's like, yeah, I get it. Makes you angry, doesn't make you a little bitch to everyone. Like, you don't have to be a Karen to everyone, because it's like, it's not like, it's, again, there's a difference between being like angry and sullen, and he is acting like everyone is like just hit his puppy. It's a weird, it's a different thing.
Well, it's
like
the thing is, justified or not. Justified. I mean, he's justifiably upset for being tortured for that many years. Sure. Then don't send him to do the shit and gather people. Like, pick somebody else to do it. Like, let him go out and kill. That's all he wants to do. All's on his mind is vengeance. He just wants to kill his way to his vengeance, right?
He wants to kill chaos. He's that character.
To gather people.
Yeah. But no, but I guess the part that is the schism for me is when you're playing Kyle as the player, it's very clear you're saving people, repairing settlements, fixing the power plants, you're doing all this really altruistic stuff. And he just keeps going, I don't want anything now, but I'm going to ask you for something later. And it's just really weird because like he seems like this super nice guy. That everyone he talks to, he's just like, I hate you, I hate your mother, your dog, and your friends, and I would just wish you'd die. Anyway, I'm gonna go repair that power plant you told me to. Have a great day. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. It feels out of place. And I'll say it again. Kyle Crane is the I'm here to kill chaos guy. Like that is like I am here to kill the Baron. That is Kyle Crane. Every other line is just like, will this help me with my revenge? Okay, good.
Yeah. That's all he cares about is revenge.
Okay.
And he begrudgingly does other shit because he has to get his revenge.
Maybe that's why he's so angry. Because he realizes that most of the players playing him are going to do all this vacuous stuff for dumb people, and he just wants his revenge. So while the player's going around, he's like, fine, what do you want me to do this dumb thing? I just want player, will you please take me to kill him? This is getting boring, saving these people.
It's true.
Maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe so. He just died on the screen.
One of probably 50 at this point.
So, game's open world, right? It's a giant map. Are there, one of the things that I found myself, and this happens with most open world games, pretty quickly you can you see the matrix, you see the formula of like, oh, this area is one of those events. Is that the same in this area or in this game?
So it kind of is. The regions are level gated. So if you mouse over areas in the different regions, it'll be like, this is level 1, this is level 6, this is level 11. What is really, really nice though, is the way that they kind of show the player, especially on the map, what's where and what the player's done already is super intuitive. So when you explore an area, like a big thing in the game is dark zones. Dark zones are areas that usually have like one piece of iconic loot and then a whole bunch of rare and normal loot that respawns. If you look on your map, all those zones are orange. And if you mouse over them, it will show you what drops in that dark zone. So if you need a specific item, you can be like, oh, I know it's here. If the icon is orange, it's not looted. If it's gray, that means it hasn't respawned yet. And then those iconic items, like a chess piece or a blueprint or something, those iconic items are either undiscovered or have a check mark next to them, so you know if you've been there already to get that item, because you'd only get it once. So it makes it like real easy. You see all this information when you discover the area. So like you run up to an area, you've discovered a drug pharmacy. Pull open your map. Oh, okay, that has these items, don't need those, but it does have a rank 2 bio mod. So I'm going to go in there and get that. So then you can like go in and get that, go out, look at your map. Okay, what else do I need? Kind of look around, see what's done, see what's not done. It does do the copy paste event stuff. Yeah. So you have like convoys copy and paste around, power things, some towers and stuff.
Okay.
But it does a good job of keeping like each area somewhat unique and interesting. So each area has like a theme or a thing going on that I've seen so far. I've only kind of done 2 areas. But it has not felt Ubisoft yet. There's been enough variance and the game has not sent me to do repetitive things and to a degree where I'm like, oh, gotta do that again. Like I've done 10 hours so far and haven't hit that yet.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's always I felt that with Borderlands as well, but it just depends on like how fun are those things. And so it sounds like they're fine in this. So
and I mean, dude, it's the thing about Ubisoft games is what you just said has always applied to them too. Like the stuff that Ubisoft does is not bad. It's not wrong. It just gets boring when you've done it 100 times. Yeah. So it's like, and just like you said, Ubisoft mechanics are fine if the game is fun and caters to those mechanics being enjoyable. So yeah, and in Dying Light's case, I'd say, yeah, those mechanics are there and they're fine. I had a great time. The gameplay is good enough to where those mechanics are enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay. Ran well for both of you? No performance issues?
Yep.
Okay.
Totally fine.
You have to ask these days.
Oh, I know. I was going to say,
yes, you do.
Enough, I was just about to say, I don't think I've heard of many big performance issues with this game either, which is nice.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. That's always good.
What's the platform it's running on?
Oh, what engine you mean? I don't know if it's, I think it is UE5. Oh, it's not
Is
UE5.
it? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Chat's saying it is not UE5. So it's in-house. That might be.
Okay, it's an in-house one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Might be a big
no issues at all on my end at all.
I think
so. By the way, you can see here, look how many times I hit these zombies and they don't die. This is in the level 1 region on my difficulty. Now granted, this is a
and you're
lower
playing on
damage
brutal,
weapon.
right?
Yes, this is a lower damage weapon that does bonus damage from behind, so keep that in mind. But even then, like I think that military guy I did to take out a gun because I was like, I'm not gonna kill him. Yeah, but it like they're on my difficulty with a big 2-hand weapon that's as high damage as I can get. It takes me 3 hits to kill a normal zombie.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This still has the same co-op component, right? Kind of like the other ones.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Heard the co-op is I accidentally did the co-op. You can do a distress call if you die.
Oh.
And apparently that tells other players in their game to hold the button down to respond to the call. So I just randomly saw in my thing, like, so-and-so has thrown up a distress call. And I was like, what's that mean? And I held the button down, logged into their game. It just literally loaded me into their multiplayer co-op game. And he just popped up right in front of me and we could have played together.
That's pretty cool.
Shit.
That might
Yeah,
be how
like
I
it was-
end up playing this then down the line. There's so many games out right now.
Accidental co-op. That's right. I accidentally co-opted. It was that easy.
I did the Googling and saw
after
25 to 60 hours. So
Oh,
looks
real
like
quick.
a big
Somebody just noticed that zombies do have critical spots on them, even though it can take me 3 2-handed hits or 4 1-handed hits to kill a zombie. Every so often, I'll hit it right on its neck at the right spot, and his head will just pop off.
Nice.
So if you, which is cool. I like that it does that.
They're crits.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say, Zeke?
No, after this week is done, like, because I've got shit going on this week. But like, if you want to co-op something, I've been itching to co-op. So if you want to co-op some Dying Light, let me know.
Oh God, November maybe.
Yeah, I know, right? But still, anytime. Like,
Yeah.
let me
The
know
only thing
if you want to do it.
The only thing we're gonna have next week is that little game Hades 2.
We got Hades 2. We got Baby Steps. We got Silent Hill F.
Silent Hill. I'm gonna be
That's
Silent Hill.
tomorrow.
Silent Hill F is tomorrow night. There's that apparently that game Consume Me is really good. It's a indie game. Aethermancer is apparently also pretty good. People are playing Trails in the Sky first chapter, that remake. Yeah, and Hades 2 at the tip top of all that. 100% correct. Yeah.
Silent Hill F and Hades 2, I think are my big ones.
Yeah.
Finishing Borderlands 4 and Dying Light the Beast.
That Sonic racing game, Crossworlds, is also reviewing very, very well. Yeah, so all those games are great.
Silent Hill F, apparently, I'm looking at right now. It looks like it opens at 10 p.m. tomorrow for me, like 10 p.m. my time.
Oh, I thought it was 10 a.m. 10 p.m.
Ooh, it is night. This is a night release.
Yeah, it's a night release because I think it releases it
for the U.S.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
that's
a
noon
release
Japanese
then,
time.
Yep,
on
that's
Tuesday.
A Japanese release.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're 14 hours ahead.
Well, I guess we're not playing tomorrow then. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, I was
14 hours.
I was saying that too. I was waiting for the apps,
thank you.
like for Steam to say like, not approximately. It says 1 day, 9 hours for me right now. So that's 33 hours.
Well,
so I won't be playing it. I thought it was like maybe I'll have to play it on my day off because I bought the I was like, nope, I'm not gonna play it at 10 p.m. I will start it the Tuesday. I will start it the following day. So
you guys need a game to play tomorrow?
No.
nope, I'm off.
Do you guys?
Oh, hold on, JP. I was gonna look up that game you just mentioned. Consume something.
Consume Me. I heard that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Look it
Before you do that though,
Isn't that called? Never mind.
you should. Do you guys like crack? You ever tried crack, meth? Any super addicting?
Randy, chill.
You ever done?
I've heard good
any-
things. I've heard good.
Have you done? Okay. Can I interest you in a game called Megabonk?
Oh God, I've heard of this.
I saw people in chat
I've
mentioning
been
this.
told not to play this.
You
I literally
guys-
had a viewer tell me. They warned me. They said, "Look, you don't have time.
You
need
guys
to avoid a game called Megabonk."
should stay the fuck away from this game. I started this game yesterday at noon. I have put 17 hours into this game since yesterday.
Jesus, what?
It is so unbelievably fucking addicting. Like, it is. I don't know of a game that I've felt this addicted to in a while. It has been a pretty long time since I've been like fiending about a game. The entire time we've been on this show, I've been thinking about what build I need to do to finish up the quest. So essentially, this game is Vampire Survivors meets Risk of Rain.
Sure.
Risk of Rain 2.
Okay.
It is a 3D survivor-like at its core.
Okay.
And that's it. Like the premise is so easy to sell to people.
Keep going, JP. I gotta help my kid real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. It is after that. It's like the most addicting thing. Like the dopamine hits are so high you know how in Vampire Survivor you always get upset when you're kind of like moving the same speed or you can't like get out of a circle of mobs. In this game, there's physics when it comes to movement. So you can slide down a hill and gain speed and get the fuck away. Or you can some characters jump faster than they walk. And there's also movement speed auras that allow you to move faster, or jump benefits that allow you to jump multiple times while you're in the air. You do take falling damage, but some characters take less falling damage than others. Some characters can climb walls. This is pretty early on in the game itself. I found a random bush in the game. I walked up to it and it spawned a boss that had like 10,000 HP. And then you got to kill that boss. And then you end up getting that is a thing that you unlock. But yeah, there's the characters are like, you look at like Vampire Survivor and they don't really get like too comical until I would say a little bit later in the game. Right out of the gate, I think like the third or second character, there's a skateboarding skeleton that throws bones, and his like passive is he does more damage the faster that he's going. But when he gets hit, his movement speed is halved. And like when he jumps, he's doing like ollies and like grinding on stuff. So it just feels like a lot of fun. Like the movement really makes the game because you can slide down a hill and then like jump across, and he'll fucking like start doing Tony Hawk shit with his skateboard just because. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. Like when you die, it's like what does it say? It says like the meme when you die, like get better or get good, something like that.
Sure. Okay.
There's a character named oh God, what's his name? I think it's Chad, and his starting weapon is aura, and it's just like RF.
I saw that. That's in the
you.
trailer. I'm watching the trailer right now, and he's like this big buff dude, and he's got like an aura of Chadness around him.
And yeah, his name's Mega Chad. That's what it is. And there's character skins that you can unlock. And when you unlock the second character skin, it's literally like grayscale, and it's called like Giga Chad. So he's the dev is like 100% aware of like Twitch culture, through and through. The way that like upgrades work in the game is pretty similar to, I think Vampire Survivors does something similar at least. You're inclined to get as many upgrades and do as many things as possible in each run to get an upgrade, because when you get to a threshold, then that unlocks the ability to get other upgrades. And so at the start of the game, you can only have 2 weapons and 2 tombs, which is kind of like an aura type deal. But then as you continue to play and unlock more, then you can have 3 weapons, all the way up till 4. I've only unlocked 3 weapons at the moment, but I have the path to get 4 weapons and 4 tombs.
I'm guessing, real quick, I'm guessing it's auto fire, like whatever's closest.
Most things are. Yeah, this character, the sniper, you can actually manually fire the sniper. If you just right click, it like makes it manual. But for the most part, everything else is auto. I'll like fast forward in the VOD so you can see some other characters. So this is the robot. He has
you
pistols.
mean Tome, like a book?
Yeah, like Tome. Yeah. Did I say Tomb? I might have said Tomb.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyways, yeah, like it's simple, but at the same time, it felt like the first time for me. It felt like the first time I ever played a Survivor game, which I don't know if it was Vampire Survivors. That might have been the first one.
No, mine was, and I know exactly the feeling you're talking about.
Yeah, it's that first time, but like again, there's enough that's been added to I guess the Survivor like that I was just like, all right, I'm back in. I'm fiending for all of the fucking numbers I need to beat. There's a boss in the desert called the.
And that's.
Go ahead.
You're showing the goal of the build is just stand there. The goal of the build is to be able to just stand there and have. I mean, that's what it was in Vampire Survivors. It's just the goal of the build is to be strong enough to just stand there and everything. You just let everything come and everything just gets destroyed. Absolutely.
A little bit.
No, I looked up. I wanted to see how much. Like I have 70.5 hours in Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
So yes, I know the feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. The each level has a shrine that has a boss shrine, and you can go and summon the boss like right out of the gate, but you're going to like miss all of the XP for the rest of the 7 or 10 minutes that you're allotted. But that's the goal of each level, is to summon the boss and go to the next tier. But
sure,
a lot of times it's like once you summon the boss, then the level will end and you have to start the level on tier 2 so that you can summon the boss and go to the next tier by going through the portal. So there's always like carrot on the stick, ultimately.
Gotcha.
My favorite boss, I'm not going to say the name of, but it's maybe my favorite named boss in anything ever just because of the name. If you've played, it's on the desert. It's like the 7-minute boss. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, it's ultimately just another Survivor game. It's like core, but it does enough to where it's like the evolution of that, I think.
It's the next iteration.
Oh, that's what I've been seeing in chat.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that people say that in chat over and over.
Yes.
And I'm wondering where that came from. Now I know it. I know exactly what boss you're talking about.
Yeah. I didn't want to spoil it for people.
Is it time based? Vampire Survivors was like, I think it was like 30 minutes and then you win.
It's 10
Is it
minutes.
like that or no?
10 minutes, and then the boss doesn't automatically spawn. You have to find the boss on the level and spawn it. If you don't, it does the like 10-minute like ghost spawn at 10 minutes, and then you have a minute of that, and then even harder ghost spawn, and then a minute of that, and even harder ghost spawn. Ultimately, you just die.
Okay.
No matter what.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how many. There's probably 150, maybe 200 unlocks, all in.
Sure.
Different game modes for everything. Those game modes are challenges, and so when you finish challenges, that unlocks certain characters. Everything's very clear in terms of what you need to do to unlock a character. It'll just outright say like, do this, get this character will unlock. So I'm super addicted to it. I'm going to probably play right after the show and probably play it more tomorrow. And hopefully that gets all of the, the Survivor addiction out, but it's really awesome.
I'll give it a look this Saturday on Indie Day.
Okay. Yeah. I will say the one thing that I never liked about those Survivor games is it was like, as you unlocked more and more stuff, that means that it went into the pool of things that you could potentially get, which meant that you would get the things that you want less. I saw one of the upgrades later on is that it's called toggle, and you can toggle certain things off. And so I don't know if that means like you can toggle everything or you can toggle X amount of things off. But I just know that there is a toggle. And so that my like biggest issue with those games is somewhat satiated just because of the fact that there is an unlocked where you can like make a precise build. It also has like banish and like skip and all that stuff that you would have right there at the bottom, or refresh.
Right.
And you can unlock more of those. It's got a global leaderboard that doesn't seem like it's been hacked yet. So that's a lot of fun too, is, you know, seeing all your friends that are playing and trying to beat their scores, and sitting at the top of the leaderboard. as well as the global leaderboard. And when you finish a run, it tells you globally what number you are and what percentage of players you are. And so that's got like a fun component to it. But yeah, it's not doing anything super crazy. It's just like a really well-made Survivor like, and it's $8.
It's $8.
It's $8. And I'm like super into that. And the dopamine hits
$8.49. Yep.
Dopamine hits are just glorious. They're just absolutely glorious. Because sometimes, man, those dopamine hits, it's like 10x, and then you get like another. Oh, then you get there's one of the statues you can get. I think is called the suck statue, and that's just a magnet. It just like picks up all the XP on the map. These things are little towers that you stand in. You'll get charge. They're called charge shrines, and you get little upgrades so you can see those on your map from time to time. It's the 3D element. It was funny because I didn't think the 3D element was gonna like add that much to it, but it's really, really good because physics makes sense. So if you're having to run, you can like slide down things or pick up speed by like bunny hopping and doing all that stuff. Really adds a lot to a game like a Survivor where you didn't think that they could really do much, but it's really good. And if you want something maybe a little bit more polished, Deep Rock Survivors also hit 1.0, which is also very good.
Yeah, again, it's fantastic.
Yeah, also very good. The 1.0 edition, which I, funny enough, played on Friday. For that one, they added gear. And so gear will randomly drop in the levels. And then that gear can be applied to all of your characters. So it's like another...
This is in 1.0?
Yeah. This is like another level of character progression. What's the name of this game? This game's called Megabonk. Funny enough, if you asked me what the name of this game was this morning, even after playing it for as long as I did, I don't know the fucking name.
Dude,
they never tell you the name. Like I don't know why.
But also like Vampire Survivors. There's very little vampireness in the game.
Yeah.
Like actually none.
Yeah. So I did Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, or whatever it's called. I used the Twitch integration on that, and the Twitch integration will allow chat to control everything except the character. So when I play
on Deep Rock or Megabonk?
On Deep Rock. I was just playing with WASD, and chat controlled everything else, and we played for like 6 hours, and it was a lot of fun because chat was very good at the game and choosing builds and knew what they were doing, and I just kind of like walked around. I wasn't bored at all. I was just there soaking in the dopamine while chat shows everything. So,
great place to be.
Yeah. Megabonk and Deep Rock Galactic is what I played. I played more Jump Ship. Did you guys Jump Space, formerly Jump Ship? I don't know if you guys have played that with me before.
I did not.
It's like a PvE WildStar or another. It's Void. There's another game called Void something.
Void Crew.
Yes, it's very much like Void Crew.
Oh.
No, Void Crew.
Void Bastards.
Yeah, that's a different game. That's another Void game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was playing with Bruce, Stormfall, and Lawrence, and it's pretty good. It's purely PvE. It's the like mana crew, a ship, and one person flies. The other 3 people are doing things on the ship, and controlling the guns, restoring shields, all that type of stuff. Still in early access, not 1.0. I hope that game is able to get the funding that it needs so that they can like fully realize everything that's happening. Because when you're walking around in the base, it's like, hey, here's a vendor, and then you look at the stuff on the vendor, and it's like, this is not in the current game, but it will be soon. TM, they say that right off the thing. So none of the vendors are in there. The idea of the vendor exists, but they're working on it.
Concept of the idea.
Yeah, they didn't say so explicitly, but that game feels like they decided to go to early access with where they're at because it needs more funding. They need more money, and they couldn't let it cook any longer. So I hope it does well enough to where they're able to fully realize that idea. That's,
Hey,
I think, everything.
I have one more bit of news pertaining to what we talked about earlier.
Oh,
The Valve stuff.
uh-oh.
There was actually a story from 16 hours ago.
Okay.
And what happened is a new developer of an NSFW game put up their game for review. And they were told by Valve, when the review was brought back, that, by the way, you can no longer update any adult content via an update. So any adult content now has to come through a paid DLC, not a free update.
What?
That means that they're locking everything behind payment processing, JP. They're basically saying, like, you can't skirt around this by updating your game with adult content. Like, everything moving forward is going to be having to be paid for, which means the payment processors are going to have a word about it. So now they have now officially moved every bit of adult content behind having to pay for it moving forward.
And
so even if you have an adult game already on Steam, you cannot update it with more adult content. You have to release it as a paid DLC now.
Well, I mean, that's the fucking ball game, right?
No, this is the start to the ball game. The ball game is when they drop the hammer and say you can no longer purchase adult content on Steam. That's what they're setting up for.
Yeah.
That's this. This is the pre of that potentially. First you put all the adult content in one place, then you shut that place down.
And this is, to take a step back, who deems what adult content is?
The payment processors.
Okay, so they control the whole fucking show. Soon.
From the looks of it.
Yeah, okay.
It says it, like, from right here, this is from the person who put in this game for review. From what I now know, they wrote on Reddit, prior to the whole collective shout situation, adult games could add NSFW content even post-launch. But during the review process, we were informed this is no longer the case. I have to say the reviewer at Valve was kind and forthcoming. We didn't feel threatened or bullied in any way, and we got the feeling that they were trying to do their best to help us navigate the process. But the fact of the matter is that Valve has payment processors breathing down their neck, and thus rules are getting stricter as time goes on. So what that tells us is that the Valve rep told them that because the payment processors are setting these rules, that the adult game creator cannot update their game with adult content.
Yeah, jeez.
That's wild.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. If some payment processor, i.e. credit card company or a PayPal-like whatever, if they want to corner the market, just hire a fucking pervert. Just hire a pervert
Well,
to be the person who decides, like, oh, no, this is good. This is fine. Don't worry about this.
The thing that blows my mind here is it's like, why is all this happening now? I mean, you've been able to use credit cards for this type of stuff literally since the dawn of credit cards.
Yeah.
Why now? And why just game? Okay, I was about to say why just gaming. To put it bluntly, I may be ignorant. Maybe this is like a spider web attack across other industries as well, and I'm just only seeing the gaming part of it. But like this, like, my God, man, like it seems like if this actually works, they could go to every single industry with adult content and do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the plan. That's the plan.
yeah.
It's freaking wild, man.
That's the project.
Well, have you not followed
you
politics? Do you not watch my channel? No politics.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's
Clinton's still president, right?
here's the
About a
thing.
cigar.
Here's the thing. I'll be really brutally honest with you, Ko, in front of an audience, and that's always good. I feel like it's almost impossible now to do no politics because it's affecting everything.
Well, I mean, it's always been impossible. It's always been impossible.
It's always been impossible, but now it's at your fucking. It's not in your front door.
I think
it's in the goddamn house.
Yeah, the call is coming from inside the house. That's right. Politics is unfortunately invading the daily life of our gaming as well.
Yes. Yeah. And so
Now
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know if I want to have that conversation with you.
Oh, yeah, well, no. I mean, the next step is now you just pick and choose what politics. And you know what? That's fine. That's the inevitable next conversation, and we're already having it in a lot of ways. So
yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah,
That's the natural progression.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
I'm trying to
scary
say
shit.
is, let's go with Politico, all politics all the time, starting tomorrow.
Oh my God, viewership is just. Where is all this influx of viewership right now? The streets. This is
Skyrocketing.
crazy. This is it's just
Man, Cole blew up
skyrocketing.
again.
It's wild. Holy shit. Where did that happen from? Anyways, you guys play anything else this past week? Zeke, I know you did Indie Sunday or Indie Saturday.
I did, but I also played a game that actually I didn't realize, like, because I played the demo of it a while ago, and I'm like, this is a pretty neat idea. It seems like a niche audience, but apparently it was blowing up the No, I'm Not Human.
Yeah, that was a big.
Oh, I saw a ton. Dan was playing that. I
Yeah.
what is that?
I
game?
know.
What is it?
There was
I have no idea what it is.
buttload of people playing this little indie game that I
There
just
was.
I was like, oh, this is a niche game. It's
Yeah.
very weird and surreal and creepy and all this kind of shit. And I played like 4 hours of it. I didn't know like how easy it was to I guess die, fail, whatever. But I actually my first run, I made it through a run, which I was told later, like, that's pretty impressive. I was like, thank you.
Nice.
I am a gamer. But yeah, no, I'm Not Human is it came out 6 days ago, and it's just this like weird game where like the apocalypse is happening outside of your house.
Okay.
And in order to survive, you have to pick and choose who to invite into your home. And there are beings called visitors. And visitors, basically, they can mimic humans. So you have to let people in because it's not only is it a mechanic of the game, but it's also like they work it in the plot. Like that's how you survive.
Is that a
Is
visitor?
you have to have maybe. I don't know.
I'm out. Just show me this image next
no,
time, Zeke, and I'll be like,
No,
Have a good day.
it's definitely very creepy. The immersiveness and the isolation of it, they really nail it. There's only one set piece, and that's your house.
Yeah.
You can and are encouraged to look out the windows every day. You have 3 windows that you can look out, and or every night, I guess. You're supposed to look out the windows, and it gives you like story elements. When you look out all 3 of your windows, it says like, I looked out the window and I saw these people going to the abandoned house that's across the lot, and they're all gathering there. And then you look out the window the next night and something has happened there, so on and so forth. But there's a certain amount of randomness to it that I wasn't aware, but I was made aware that there's a certain amount of randomness to who comes to your door, who is in what did I say it was? Not intruder.
human?
Visitor. There you go.
Oh, visitor.
Who's a visitor? Yeah. So the whole the game aspect of it is you let people in based on the conversation you have at the door through your peephole. So they say like, weird stuff, or they say normal stuff and stuff like that, and then you have to like, okay, the very end is like, let them in or tell them to fuck out. And you're like, okay, let them in. And then once they're in, there's a series of tests that you can perform, but you can only perform a couple here and there because you have these energy bulbs that like, it's basically how much like you get 2, 3, or 4. Like throughout my game, I think I only got 4. And you ask them questions, and then it expends energy if it's a question that's like, let me check your teeth, because visitors have perfect white teeth. And it'll cut to an image of them showing you their teeth, and if their teeth are yellow, or they have gap, or they have chips, or they're missing teeth, or whatever, that means that they are ostensibly a human. And there's many tests. There's like, you can look at I'm not kidding you, like you can look at their armpits, you can look at their eyes, you can snap a picture with a camera, and the picture might have some aberrations, different shit. And that's the loop. The loop is day-night cycle. During the day, you can't go outside because the sun that's what's causing the apocalypse, is the sun is too hot during the day and it will burn you up. So you have to stay out of the sun. And then at night, humans and visitors can travel, but you don't. You just stay in your house.
Yeah. Of
So
course. The right thing to do.
So there's 2 cycles per day and then night. And during the night is when you can let people in or tell them to go away. And during the day is when you can question them. And if you let a visitor in unknowingly, they will kill the other people in your house. If you let them in unknowingly and you don't discover them, and then you're given a choice. When you see okay, this person is a visitor, and you're pretty sure they're a visitor after asking them questions, you can there's another choice. It all comes down to 2 choices for every conversation. It's either shoot them with your gun or say, forget it, it's fine. And you're never 100. I was throughout the entire run, I was never 100% sure if someone was a visitor or not. But you'll also get these this lady right here. You'll get these weird clues from different people you let in, or from there's a phone, you can use the phone to call a psychic hotline. You can call for delivery. You can call for talk to FEMA, and there's all these other little story elements that you can get. But I got I don't remember how I got it. I think it was maybe the psychic hotline or maybe the radio or something like that. And it said if you see a cat, let that cat in. I can't tell you why, but that cat is the key to your survival. And they make it this really heavy thing. You're okay, so I guess we let the lady in the house, I guess. And it's just, it's a really cool, environmental, or immersive experience with all these, every no human looks, normal. There's always something weird about them, even if they're a human or a visitor or whatever.
Yeah.
No matter who you meet, they always have a weird thing about them. Like this chick right here, she could be a visitor or she could be a human, but look, her eyes are weirdly shaped. There's her expression. Her expression changed and stuff like that. So they're all made features are exaggerated. One dude is super skinny and tall. One guy has his eyes are way lower than they should be, so on and so forth. So they really did a good job of making it unsettling throughout the entire thing. But there are 10 endings you can get in the game. So that's the replay value. Is that I got one of the endings, one of the 10 is survive. But I would imagine, and I think it's been confirmed, that there's no happy ending, of course, in this.
I mean, it's the apocalypse.
It's the apocalypse. Yeah, exactly. It's the apocalypse. Oh, those are if you look up at the upper left corner, those are the pips of energy that I was talking about. You expend one of those to ask a pertinent question.
Did now that you had a successful run for your first run, what would you do for your next run?
I would make worse choices. Now, here's the other thing about the game. Yes.
Is it the exact same thing every time? Or is there any RNG to the show? Oh, but I'm just wondering, is there any RNG the players showing up?
Yes.
The people showing up at the door? Oh, there is.
Who shows up, and whether they're a visitor or a human is also random as well.
Oh, so the same people.
You can get the same exact person, and they could be a visitor this time, and then a human the next time.
That's cool.
So
okay.
yeah, 100% RNG when it comes to that. So you can't predict a perfect run. You have to play the game the way it's intended. But yeah, you'll get news stories and stuff like that telling you every so often, every news story will tell you we have a new way to signify if someone is a visitor or not. Make sure you look at their fingernails, because if they're dirty, it's from them. Oh, and the premise of the visitors is they crawled up from under the earth. So that's why their fingernails are dirty when you see them, is because they crawled up from beneath the ground. So they'll give you little hints. By the end, I think I got I want to say 7 or 8 signifiers of visitors. But you start with the first one, which is the first one I got for my run was teeth. So the only thing I could check was their teeth.
It's not voice acted, right?
That's the other thing. That's why I didn't play it the next day, because it's great, but it's all text. And I try and put a little effort into it, give every person a voice, different inflections and shit like that. So like the 4 hours was great, but it was like a little tired afterwards because I had to speak, every single line.
Yeah.
That being said, I hadn't thought about it until now. Your voice sounds a lot better.
It's healing. Yeah, I would say I'm about 80%, 85% back to my
nice, man.
Awesome. My original shitty voice.
I'm sure that's I'm sure that's a weight off, man. It's nice to be going in the other direction.
No, it was scary. Awesome. It was scary there for a while, for sure.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome.
I was worried that was going to be my voice for the rest of my life, but thankfully it's healing.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Cool.
The other thing I know you played is something that was actually in that Convergence showcase that you played yesterday, Zeke, which I tuned in, I think, towards the end. And I don't know if it was like end of broadcast annoyance mood that you were in. Or what it was.
Maybe you were ready to leave.
Yeah, maybe you were ready to not be streaming anymore. But yeah, talk to me about this game Eclipsium. And the reason why this game is so, I guess there's buzz around this game, is these are the guys that made Mouthwashing.
Oh, is it? That's why it looked familiar. If that's true, that's why it looked familiar.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to say that they have some relationship to Mouthwashing. Is it? I don't know if they're the devs, but yeah.
I know they're under the same publisher of Critical Reflex. But Housefire, I don't think it's the same devs.
Okay, so maybe it's the same publisher. That's what they were pitching it on.
Yeah.
Anyways, how is
A
Eclipsium?
lot of weird shit. Mouthwashing was devved by Wrong Organ.
Okay, all right.
And this one was devved by Housefire.
Got it.
Eclipsium, yes. No, to answer you, yes. I was probably, as my dad would say, short timing it because I was ready to get off work and go eat or nap or whatever. Yeah. So maybe I was a little bit grumpy because of that. But also I was probably a little bit grumpy because, not every indie day is a fucking stellar indie day. Some days you get just a crop of games that you're like, this is gonna be great, and it turns out not so great. But this one is. Do y'all have art house movie theaters in your town? Like they show the French films and like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that. If you're into it, it's a good example of that. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad game, but it's definitely like heavy on the fartsy of the artsy.
Okay.
It's the style choice to make it pixelated also was, to some people it would look like a big old mess. And I was scared that, well, not only on stream, but like it's a little bit difficult to look at because the pixelation of it is not like, oh my God, I'm going to make a reference that is kind of specific, but like, do you remember there was an animated show called Dr. Katz?
Yeah. Oh God, yes. With the weird lines that were always going like this.
Exactly. This has that. It's that kind of feeling. Nothing is static. Everything is always moving.
I remember,
so that can turn off people.
I remember when I was young seeing Dr. Katz, the random story, seeing Dr. Katz for the first time. And I watched it for an entire episode. And I didn't laugh at all. And I asked my mom, I said, Mom, was that like, what was that? And she just looked at me and goes, oh, it's comedy for adults, honey. It's not funny.
Yeah, that's funny enough.
I was like, that really hit me. That stuck with me.
I had the same deal with Frasier. Yeah, I tried to watch. I watched an episode of Frasier at like 8 years old, and I was like, this fucking sucks. And they're like, stop cursing. What are you doing?
You're 8. Stop that.
You're 8.
And now I'm old, and I look around at people that try to make me laugh, and I'm just like, I get it now.
Yeah,
it's just none of it's funny.
Yeah.
None of it's funny.
No, I had this conversation with a buddy of mine last night. I said, like, there are comedians I absolutely love, but I don't laugh at all because their comedy is like thought provoking or philosophical or shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, getting back to this, it's okay. Very light on gameplay, like game aspects. It's a walking sim at its core. But once you get past like the first section, it does kind of open up a little bit, and it gives like you get power-ups that are like it's a surreal walking simulator where like just to give you an example, I actually told my audiences when I was playing it, this is going to be really fun for me to explain on Drop Frames. The first section of the game, because you wake up, no backstory, you're in a hospital room, and guess what? I'll give you 300 guesses on what you have to do to get out of the hospital room. Okay, your time's up.
Look up.
What you do to get out of the hospital room is you go to one of the drawers, you find a pair of medical grade scissors, you go to the door, which has seemingly been taken over by some sort of demon, and there's scales on the door, and you take those scissors, you pull your tongue out, you cut your tongue off, and you put it on the scales, and that's how you get out of the first room.
See, dude, I was going to guess
your
you pulled your
introduction to
eyeball
Eclipsium
out and put it on the scale. So I think I was close.
Yeah. No, but that's your introduction to this game. So like, kudos to them for going like, this is the kind of shit we're into. So here you go. If you don't like this, you're not going to like the rest of the game. So that's your first taste of it. It's like to get out of the first hospital room, you cut your tongue off and put it on a scale. Okay. But it's coherent, which is more than I can say for a couple of the games I played last week or yesterday. It's coherent. It makes sense in its own surreal way. Like, it's not like gravity works. It gives you like those, I don't know if you saw those tentacles that were in my way. Like, they give you a power up. You find like a knife somewhere, and they give you a power up where you can put the knife like molded into your skin, so the knife blade is like this part of your hand, and you go chop, and you chop down the vines. That makes sense, sure. Some would say like you would just hold the knife in your hand, but in this game you put it in your skin. Okay, but it's atmospheric. It's weird. It doesn't really do any explaining of where you are, or what you're doing, but it's like walking through an art exhibit. And I said this is a game like if you've ever been to Meow Wolf, which is like an art installation. Meow Wolf.
Oh, I thought
there's like three
you
of
were like
them.
being a cat or something. I don't know what that
No,
was.
no, it's like a absurdist surrealistic like art in like it's like the size of a museum, but it's all like experimental art. This game is kind of like that. You're walking through an experimental art experience kind of a thing. And for what it is, they do it pretty well. But I wouldn't blame anybody for going, what the fuck is this bullshit? I don't get it. Totally valid. I didn't either. And some people like to live in that I don't get it state of mind.
Yeah.
And that's what this game is. It has that.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah. But it's also like, if you don't like the pixelation, like you can see I'm standing still, but shit is still like moving.
Noisy.
Like the pixels are
It's
moving all around.
noisy.
It's very
Yeah,
noisy.
Exactly. If you don't like that, you're gonna hate it.
All right. All right. What's this game cost, by the way? I'm actually curious.
It is $11.69.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay. All right. That's Eclipsium. Anything else from yesterday? You played Land Party Adventures, No Vacancy Tonight, Node, and Concierge.
Those games don't require a lot of, but I would love to. I finished Cronos.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did both of you finish Cronos?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. How do we? We said we would circle back when you both finished it.
Yeah, I loved it. I personally loved it, and but I'm not gonna stand here and go like everyone's gonna love it. It's one of those games that like I know I liked it, but I don't know necessarily I'd recommend it to everyone because there are problems with it. It's slow. It's deliberate. They don't get like the boss fights. The fighting does feel very clunky at times because of the slowness, and the enemies you're fighting at times are very quick. Okay. So it feels like you should be faster. And that's like the gameplay. The story really intrigued me, and I really enjoyed like talking about it afterwards and like sussing out like theories about what was actually happening, what was going on. And I always enjoy games like that kind of leave you going like, okay, this connects, like you have to connect the dots afterwards. Like, okay, that connected to that. And then your chat is like, well, what about this? And you're like, oh, right. And, you know, you go back and forth, you know, with your audience about that. That's always, you know, something I look forward to if a game has that to present to you. But I did have one huge complaint.
Oh,
for fuck's sake, please. I realize you're trying to make an environment, an immersive environment. I don't mind the slow, deliberate movement. I get why that's there. Dead Space did it too, to a certain degree. But for fuck's sake, pick up the cues on the fucking dialogue. Oh my God. It was painfully slow to sit through some of that shit. It was good writing. The lines were great. The voice acting was great. But it was like someone said, and I swear to God, this is the best analogy I can make. You remember that asthmatic kid from fucking Malcolm in the Middle? And he was in the wheelchair. He'd go, and then say his line. And then say another line. Like, that's what the fucking dialogue was throughout the entire fucking game. I would have understood it and forgiven it if it was one character doing that. That being that's the way that character speaks, like Malcolm in the Middle. But it was every fucking character in the game that just
you mean
did
all the travelers,
the
right?
pausing. Yes,
Travelers.
Everybody that spoke, even the fucking the audio logs that you would get were just, you could drive a semi truck through the queues. It was just, I'm like, I love the story. I love your language. I love the way you're presenting this to us. But Jesus Christ, I'm falling asleep.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you were going to say fuck kids in wheelchairs and asthmatic kids. I didn't.
No,
I didn't know what you were going to say.
That's a different show.
That's
a different podcast.
I was worried.
I'll get into that on Geekenders whenever they have me on.
Well, I'm sure that'll get you an invite after that.
Yeah. Invite. Yeah. Code, did you like the story of it? Were you into it?
Okay, so I completely echo Zeke's sentiment. I really enjoyed. I didn't have that discussion. I didn't wait till the end of the game. I sat down with chat like in every major story development, and I was like, okay, let's go over notes. Like, okay, you know, this, like, you know, and so it really did become like this really fun collaborative discussion. The interesting thing is that me and my community picked up pretty early exactly what was going on from the movie referenced in the game. So the game follows some pretty, but the problem,
the movie doesn't. Okay, hold on. Let me just, like, the game doesn't actually reference the movie, but it's definitely, you can tell the influence.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no.
It doesn't call it out by name, is what I'm saying.
No, the game does not say it in the things. The Bloober team has said in an interview it was their reference, but not in the game. The reason I said that is once you know the movie it's based on, you have a very good idea about how it's going to work, and that's okay, because these types of stories are awesome to tell. You don't really need like a lot, like big reveals with these types of stories, even though they're always fun. So I had a great time playing through the game. I loved how brutal the game was. I loved how difficult it was. Once I figured out who the travelers were, now when there's two different things I think we're talking about. Zeke. When you said the cues, are you talking about the space between the lines?
Yes.
Okay. You're not talking about the cadence at which they spoke.
No, I'm talking about like, I am saying my line and my line is done. And now my next line begins.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're on the same vein. Okay. Because, I saw some people in chat that were also a little confused. I thought you were referencing cadence for a little bit, and I was like, that's a very important thing.
It's a theater schmacky term, where if they're saying pick up the cues, they're not saying speed up your lines. They're saying the space between the lines, make it shorter. Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, I completely agree with that. And what's funny is I liked the fact that they slowed down the cadence of the words, it adds all these questions about the travelers. Why do they talk like robots? But what's funny is that cadence that they talk is very slow, and then there's also the gaps between the cues. So what's funny is I was at one point up into an NPC that you get to optionally talk to and have like this wall of options. And I even remember bringing that up and being like, "Oh God, chat,
like,
did you bring popcorn?"
Yeah,
like,
dude, that would.
like it was.
I hate
Like,
that feeling in games.
Yeah,
it was so much.
And I have to say, it was definitely a combination of what you were saying. That was a big thing. Doing that properly is very important. I will say though that I loved the voice. I loved the story. I loved the lore behind the travelers. Jury's still out on how I feel about how many questions were answered at the end, because I feel like there were some really big ones that weren't addressed. But on that note, the only other thing I'm going to say as non-spoiler as possible though is they do one thing with the ending which completely goes against the theme of the game, and I can't really talk about it much more without spoiling.
Huh. Okay.
right.
But it's a little interesting because like the theme basically sets forth a precedent, and then the ending directly breaks it, which is a decision. But it may be indicative of where they're taking the game. Maybe like that's like a schism point or something in the universe, because they also have these relatively unexplained like anomaly things. But that was a little bit weird for me.
Let me ask
that's the only part that I wasn't super jazzed about. The rest was awesome.
Did you I'll just say, like, after the game, after credits rolled, I looked up
all the endings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched all of them.
Did you
do that? That's actually what angered me. Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's okay. I'd love to talk about it, but JP, I think you might want to play it. Oh, is it too scary? Can we do a quick thing?
I wouldn't say it's too scary. Yeah, I would say I don't have any intention of playing it. I've watched playthroughs of it already, so
yeah,
I don't think it's. I just
You're
don't
not a
think
big
it's
Dead
my
Space
type of
fan,
game.
anyways, right?
Yes, but I'm not.
I mean, yeah.
We can put up spoilers for it for sure if you guys want to.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Just because I'm actually kind of curious on Zeke's and anyone else who finished Cronos.
Let's do it.
So here's the real quick spoiler thing. I'm not going to cover my mouth because we have the spoiler lit up. So the whole premise, the movie that it's based on, is 12 Monkeys. And the premise is they use what's called closed or fixed loop time travel, which is by far my most favorite type of time travel. And that is every event has already happened on a fixed timeline. If someone goes back in time, then that just happens in the single timeline. Anything they did back there is affected in the single timeline. Only one timeline. All time travel has already occurred. Now, Cronos follows that. They follow a closed loop. In fact, they talk many times about how that works. They kind of flirt with the fact that it's a broken loop with the anomalies, which is weird because the movie it's based on 12 Monkeys specifically is fixed closed loop. So the fact that the anomalies are there, they mention that they happen when they traveled back. But they don't really talk too much about like what their actual impact is and stuff. But the thing that drove me crazy about the end, when you New Game Plus the ending of Cronos, the ending option changes. You get a third option where she recognizes that she's been here before.
Right.
That option means that she spawned a new timeline. That breaks any fixed loop. Because the other two indicate like the closed loop ending, the thing that would actually work. So that if for that to occur would mean that she had to go through the loop, and then that was a break point from the loop, which then means they are not in closed or fixed loop time travel, which means that all that cool stuff that we thought had an explanation may not. Does that bother you at all?
No.
Okay.
No,
all right, we're done with the spoiler. We're done with the spoiler cast.
All right.
No. I mean, I thought that I thought that was a really interesting thing I loved up until that point that they seemed to be following this really traditional, tried and true literary time travel technique. But then at the end with this NG Plus thing, they just kind of like shattered it.
But that's the thing. That's why I like it, because it gives it weight. It means that what we did mattered. And if it's on a fixed loop, that nothing we do matters.
the point of a fixed loop is that nothing we do matters. You're absolutely right. So you're saying you think the NG Plus ending is specifically them saying that they somehow broke out of that entire loop in general, and now they're doing like a new universe in a different time travel timeline?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like the idea that like it gets. Right. It's like a picture an eddy in a river, and the water swirls until it builds up enough momentum to like there's a branch that's going around and around and around, and it seems to follow the same thing until it builds up enough momentum and enough shit happens to it, enough like, I don't know, debris gets like little particles of time get caught on it or whatever. Like if you want to put it like esoterically. I love this
metaphor, dude. Yeah. But now what are the minnows in this metaphor?
But then it gets enough momentum, and it gets enough like enough stuff has happened, whatever that may be, and then it breaks out of that little whirlpool. I like that idea. I like the idea that it's that the game I hate it when at the end of a timey-wimey movie or something like that, like one movie specifically comes to mind, Devil's Advocate. The very end of the movie ruins the entire fucking movie for me, because that means the entire movie didn't matter if it's just a loop. If you can just reset. It
was all a dream, right? That kind of ending,
exactly.
Right? It was they were actually in a simulation. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, and that's why the NG Plus ending was like awesome. I'm like, yes, and it makes sense. It makes like gameplay, like that you go back and you get a different ending.
So wait, in your mind, a closed loop ending is it was all a dream kind of thing? Do you equate those? Like, do you get the same level of satisfaction with that kind of ending?
No, what it means to me is that everything we do is already preordained, and I hate that idea. I like the idea that we can.
That's reality.
We can.
That's how life works.
Like, and we can control. We're getting into.
You need to face realities. You need to be a realist.
No, I like the idea that sure we can get caught in an eddy, but given enough time,
America.
We'll bring fucking memories back or whatever MacGuffin thing you want to bring back on the loop, and it builds up over time like a battery, and then it explodes, and you're like, out. I'm out of the loop now. I like that.
Cool.
I also played Dead Reset, which is a great game.
I need to play that. Oh, that's the FMV one, right? The Dead Take.
You can take off the spoilers now.
Dead Take, thank you. Yeah, no, dude, that was awesome insight, Zeke. You know, honestly, I was so angry that they broke out of what I liked that I didn't even think about that direction, and I think you're probably absolutely right. And what's even more interesting to think about is now they could do like a whole new game off that. They could literally just do like that IP wise. They could do whatever they want from that. So that's from that. Okay. Anyway, Dead Take. Tell us about it.
Dead Reset.
That's what. Oh wait. Oh God. I was thinking of. What was I thinking of? Is that the same thing?
That's the FMV game. Is Dead Reset.
What's Dead Take?
I don't know.
Dead Take is a another FMV game, oddly enough, with a bunch of stars like Ben Starr and Asterion, whatever, those guys.
And this one came out a couple months ago.
August.
When did yours come out?
Yeah, exactly. That's Dead Take. This is Dead Reset. Dead Reset is by Wales Interactive.
Who's on first?
Yeah. Dead Reset is by Wales Interactive, who have brought us a bunch of great FMV games, such as The Complex, The Altai Hotel, 10 Dates, bunches and bunches. They done their stock and trade is FMV games. Dead Take. Played it, enjoyed it. This is another timey-wimey game with elements of time travel-ish sort of things. I'll just read the blurb. Trapped in a terrifying death loop, Surgeon Cole Mason is kidnapped and brought to an underwater facility, forced to operate on a patient to extract an evolving parasitic horror. Dead Reset is a blood-soaked interactive horror where each death brings you closer to the truth.
That sounds awesome.
Yes, this is Dead Reset. Oh, you got the wrong label on it. JP.
JP. JP, you could not have looked like an older man right then. I love it. You said you're like this. JP, you've got the wrong label.
He turned into the penguin, apparently.
Oh, he did. He had like a little when he looked over. At least I heard it.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
You said the wrong.
I probably did a few times because Cole got it confused.
It's
like 4.
This is take reset.
This is reset. Okay, the game I played recently is reset because it resets. So this is one of those games where if you playing the main character, if you die, it resets. Like the time loop resets. So you have to like the object of the game is to Groundhog Day, like, and have a perfect run or have a perfect day. And it all takes place in this facility, and you're not sure if it's like it has like maybe it's in space. You know, maybe because it's very isolated and there's no windows or anything. So you wake up as a surgeon with no memories. Like you don't have any memories of who you are or what you're doing here. So they wake you up and you're in this like fucking like chair, and they wake you up. They're like, immediately they're like, hey, you're a surgeon. You're just awake. Do operation on this lady right now. And you're like, oh shit. Okay. And you can like, there's choices. Like you can go like, no. And you like fucking flip over they give you a tray with like a scalpel on it and stuff. You're like, no, I'm getting out of here. And then you try and run away. And then like something happens, you die, you reset. But it's charming. It's low budget ish. I mean, for an FMV, it's got a great budget. But for like a movie or a television show, it would be low budget. The acting is pretty good. There's a certain amount of expected cheesiness, but I will say like this game in particular has some of the best and funnest practical effects, like with there's creatures and blood and like people being shot and like, you know, people like doing surgery and like stuff like that. Like all this, there's a bunch of like pretty cool gore in this. And I got to give them kudos for it. They really did a fantastic job on the practical effects. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, you can tell like they have a certain, you know, amount of money that they can spend, but I think they got what they paid for, and it's really good.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's like the basic gist of it is like you have to like make the right choices or you get reset. And then there's checkpoints along the way. So like if you pass a certain point, that's your new reset point. And so on and so forth. That's how you get through. Like, and there's, I think I want to say 4 different endings to it. A run of it is like 2.5 hours, give or take. And I did 2 runs of it to get different dialogue, different endings. So you'll get different. It's one of those games where you play through it a second time and you make the opposite choices of the choices you made the first time through. So you'll get like different scenes. You'll be in the same place, but a different character will be with you, accompanying you, because you pissed off that guy this time. So you're with a different person.
That's cool.
And so on and so forth. So yeah, there's a lot of discovering new scenes and getting new endings. So that's where the replay value comes in.
Cool.
But yeah, another great FMV game from the people at Wales Interactive.
Fantastic.
And Dark Rift Horror, by the way.
Dead Reset. I don't know.
Yeah, and for Rygem, Dead Take is another FMV game from last month.
Oh, okay.
And Rygem, I did actually. That's what I started off this last indie day with, was Road to Empress, which is another FMV game that Jesse Cox is currently playing, and I played it for about 2 hours.
Yeah, decent.
And it was fun, but it's also like it's a Chinese FMV game, and what Chinese FMV games suffer from a lot is, among other things, but one of them is their dialogue goes so fast that reading the subtitles becomes like you've got to really try to read the subtitles, because they will be like on the screen real fast and they'll be done with it. Be like, and the princess went to the God damn it, I wasn't done reading that yet.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of a soap opera, but it's really fun.
Cool. Let's call it an episode.
Very nice.
We covered a lot. There's a lot of stuff covered.
Okay.
We got a lot of games coming up. There's a lot of stuff coming up. So Talk
Yeah.
about which ones you got to pick and choose. You got to pick and choose now.
Absolutely.
You do. You really do.
Zeke, start us off. What's your choice for this week?
Okay. 1 second.
What?
Oh, there we go. Someone wanted to see the buffers.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, the
Hey,
buffers.
Peppers.
Yeah. Mom's gone, so they're all hanging out in here when they usually don't. What's up, everybody? My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out, on Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky. Thank you, Co. Thank you, JP, for being my co-host every week. I broadcast at 1 p.m. Eastern every day except Monday because I take Mondays off, so I'll be off tomorrow. But I will be checking out. I have advanced access, or whatever they call it, to Silent Hill F after I got a sponsor stream for a game that I'm really looking forward to called House of Tesla. It's by the I think it's by the same devs that did like House of Da Vinci, I want to say. It's a escape room puzzle game. This time it's House of Da Vinci. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't telling tales. That was cool. Yes, House of Tesla is by Blue Brain Games, who have done House of Da Vinci. If you like any of those like puzzle box games where you get this, you have to figure out how to get out of this room based on like this one is the theme is Tesla rather than Da Vinci. So it's like a lot of electricity and that kind of stuff. So I'll be doing 2 hours of that. And then after that, directly into Silent Hill. And we'll be checking that out. So,
That's what we're calling it.
Oh, and also, yeah. And also, I'm not sure how long the game is, Silent Hill. So I'm not sure if I'll have to fill up an extra day, but I know at least on Friday, I've got my if then winner game choice of Resident Evil 2 randomizer.
Oh, a randomizer.
That's
nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've never done one. So that's what's coming up on Friday. All right. And Saturday, we're doing if then Saturday early because it's September. So we're going to do October's if then this Saturday. So if you want to come out and give sub, resub, Saturday's the day to do it. So
fantastic. Go.
Heck yeah, man.
What do you got coming up?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you, JP and Zeke, for a wonderful week. It's great to be back. My name is Co. Hi. Going to be finishing up Dying Light the Beast. Going to be at least doing the main story of Borderlands 4. I'm going to hopefully not be phasing out of existence.
I'm sorry. I did it the first time now. It's a joke. Go ahead.
Okay. Then we're going to be playing Hades 2 for sure. Probably checking out some other games here and there, but yeah, I think Hades 2 is probably our next big one. And then we have all sorts of stuff coming up in October, so it's going to be a lot. Clear your schedules. I think all three of us are going to need.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got Baby Steps, Silent Hill F, Hades 2, Final Fantasy Tactics, Monster Hunter Big Update, Digimon Story, Time Changers, Ghost of Yotai, Kingmakers, Little Nightmares 3, Battlefield 6, Ball Pit, Fellowship, Pokemon, Zod, Ninja Gaiden 4, Vampire, Bloodlines 2, Dispatch,
Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds 2, Arc Raiders.
That little Arc Raiders game.
Fucking Anno 117. Okay, all right, yeah. All right.
Just throw that in there.
Yeah, and that's yeah. Better get your wallets ready, boys and girls. It's going to be a busy one. We'll be back next week. We'll be talking about all the stuff I just mentioned, at least to some degree. Yeah, video games.
Hades 2. We'll be talking about Hades 2 next week.
I know. I kind of want to start early, but I don't know. I guess I'll probably just wait. I don't know how much is going to change between like the launch and what's currently in early access.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they posted that anywhere.
They might have. They probably got that question a bunch. It might be out there. I'll have to look.
Interesting. Yeah, like if we. Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to take this offline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you all for watching. We will see you guys next week where we talk more about whatever the hell is going on. We're out for now. Have a good one. Bye.